It's a good day. I'm finally over my post-failing my FE slump. So, there's that, I guess. We're just gonna have a fun time tonight. Feeling good. Had a productive day. I ordered from this Greek place. And for some reason, they gave me an extra treat with my meal. They gave me some baklava. It was very nice. I appreciate that a lot. So, thank you, nondescript Greek place. So I don't disclose personal information. Thank you. Let's get the stream started. I got some thoughts on things, but we'll see if friends show up. So I'm gonna save them. For. I don't want to just. If I have to, I'll do it to the void, but we'll see. Well, I should just double check the. I should double check. Check. Okay. Perfect. Check. Yeah. Okay, good. You know, I should do this before every stream. I should have like a little notepad with things I want to talk about. This is a very good idea. Okay, I gotta write. You know, I'm gonna write this down. This is a good idea. Okay, I like this. It's like a mini version of Paul Thoughts, so I can at least have something to talk about. Cause I've got takes. I have takes. I'm just kidding. What else? Let's see. What else was there? I think that was it. Okay. Alright, we'll leave that for later, just in case. What should we do in the meantime? Alright, so we'll wait. We'll see if our friends show up. Meantime, we'll just play some Apex, I guess. Real chill. Oh boy. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. How's everyone doing? I wonder who my one viewer is. Is it just a bot? Or does everyone get one viewer automatically? Is that possibly what it is? I don't know. These are the mysteries. These are mysteries that will be lost to time. Okay. Alright, you know how we can do this? We can start off with... Yeah, let's start with some Apex. Let's just get into it. Yeah. am I thinking? Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I gotta write this down. Oh boy. Higher. Okay. Alright, great. Do that, blah blah blah. Bob's your uncle. Performance mode this. Backslash that. Perfect. Okay. Oh, Octane? Sure, we can do Octane. Battle Royale. You know what? Let's see. Let's try it. We haven't done Battle Royale in a hot minute. But, sure, why not? Sure, no, we'll do. Sure, why not? Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see how. Let's see if this isn't automatically just some hot garbage. Which it probably is. Probably will be. Probably will be some hot garbage. I'm glad I just, because the last stream I spent like 15 minutes agonizing over what game was the most optimal to play, and I'm glad I just skipped through that right for this. I just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna play Apex because that's what I want to do. I don't know why I couldn't make that decision earlier, but you know, that's just how it is. I'm feeling good today, though. It's been a good day. I'm ready to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of crypto. Alright, Paul, you're losing it.
Introducing your champion.
I can see all of you in the rearview mirror.
Oh man, I forgot. Wow. Okay. No, I don't want to be jump master. Nope. Nope. I have no idea what I'm doing. Should not be jump master.
I'm the jump master.
Don't make me jump master. I have no idea. I literally have no clue.
Here we go. Target over there. Let's do this.
Is that how I do it?
Okay. Oh, a little lag. A little lag. Just a tiny bit. Oh.
Here I go.
Round one. Beginning ring countdown.
Is this gun good?
Must go faster.
Oh. Should I? You know what? Let's switch out the... Yeah, there we go. Okay, I feel better about this. Oh, there was like a purple energy mag up there, right? Oh, yikes. Should I get up? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it while people are still not around. I can always run away. It's a jump pad. Eh.
So,
Yo, what up?
are you
What up,
winning,
G?
son?
Hopefully, Dad. I thought there was an energy man. Oh my god, I thought there was one back here. I must have misremembered. Oh, I misremembered. I'm an idiot.
It's go time. Don't pad out.
Oh my god.
You okay?
Hmm?
Said you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I started playing Apex again. I'm like getting back in touch with the rage-filled part of myself.
You seem
What
to
if
be
I-
that angry while playing
Half the
Apex.
squads remain.
No, yeah, it's all relative. Oh, okay, good.
What's the angriest you've ever been?
Oh, like in life? Ooh, that's
Yeah.
hard.
Using grapple.
I think I'm rarely like actually mad. Oh my god, what? No, stop.
That was hilarious, Ty. The way you said it.
I,
You said, "Oh, what the fuck?"
I don't think I'm mad. Shut the fuck up. I don't think I'm actually ever like big mad.
Backpack here. Level 2.
What about you?
Thank you.
All time.
Happy to
You
help,
looked
friend.
outside?
Yeah, I know you. No. I mean, if I were to get personal,
Open the news. Just open the news.
Jesus Christ. So if I were to get personal, it was probably like when I thought that was, I didn't realize it was glass there.
Yes, we are inside the ring.
It was probably when I was like applying for college. It was very stressful, and I remember there was one point of where like everything was being, it was just all these emotions were being pent up,
I am.
and I was very stressed, and I like I kind of snapped, and yeah, it was pretty bad.
Attention. Delivery care
What about you? You ever think about the time you were the most mad?
Level 2.
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I believe. My secret cap.
Target over there.
Remember that 4 years that just happened? You remember that?
Yeah, bro.
You remember reading an article where someone said, who lived in North Carolina, yeah, I liked Bernie better, but I thought Joe Biden was more electable, so I voted for him. Go fuck yourself, you stupid bitch.
Arc star out.
It's your fault.
I do remember this article, yeah.
Go time. Target spotted.
Oh, look, man. Oh, boy.
Ooh, oh, wow, you fire fast.
Enemy shield broken.
Contact. The enemies are shooting at me. Making contact with enemy.
With the bow.
Reloading. Enemy down.
Enemy over there.
Charging on my shields.
Getting shot at. Enemy shield broken. Reloading.
Reloading.
You know what? Get fucked.
That was amazing.
Oh, shit!
Too bad you're dead.
Recharging
Nice.
frag out.
Nice.
Zipline deployed. Faster, faster, faster.
For playing Octane, I'm not using this Q way enough.
Getting shot at.
Charging on my shields. Recharging shield. Contact with target.
Are you shitting me right now? Bro, why are you so thirsty?
I'll never get mad.
Charging shields. Come on, come on.
I'm not actually.
I don't know. I think this is a good time for a little montage thing where you just play that clip.
No!
Yeah, so in the highlights, you just play the clip of you saying you never get mad, and then you just play every time you get mad afterwards.
It's called
"I don't
good
get mad."
editing. It's just good editing, man. No, don't save me here. Don't save me here. Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what? I am mad. Just kidding. I kid.
Yeah, you're kidding.
Alright, I'm gonna just get down here. I'm just gonna get down here.
I am repairing myself.
Yeah, repair yourself. There you
Let's move this way.
go. I can't, bro.
Right here.
Bro, you gotta move.
Don't worry, I'm here. Ready, set, go. Charging on my shields.
That's the last of that squad.
Did we get him? Did we really?
Prowler SMG here.
Level 3.
Anyway, speaking of being mad, I just had a really frustrating call with my mom.
Patching myself up.
She calls me and she's like, Paul, my hard drive doesn't work.
Backpack here.
And I'm like, oh god, I don't want to deal with you right now. She's like, Paul, fix my hard drive.
Locator coming in.
Take the Evo shield and... Oh.
Huh? What happened?
I thought you got hit by something.
Giving
Oh.
my shields a recharge.
Wait, so you want to play or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't work.
How's it going? Anyway, so sorry, I didn't finish. So
Grab
so she
Charging shields. Come on.
she was like
Go faster.
I was just like, okay, I'm not like, I don't want you, it's gonna be so annoying if you like
Watch for that.
if we try to do this over a voice call, so can you like video share? And she seems so confused by this. I was like, it's not that confusing. Just press the video thing.
If you're not on the video calls. What?
And like, so we finally got her to video call. And then
Hard drive.
she was just like, it just took forever because like I have to take her through every step of the process. And then she, in the middle of it, she's like, so Paul, sometimes I like unplug the power strip. I'm like, okay.
Take care of that.
Someone here?
Hostile over there.
Copy that.
Recharging my shields.
Yeah, Mom.
Oops. She says sometimes oh boy. I'm bad. I'm so bad. Okay. Anyway, so she's like, sometimes I unplug the power strip.
The enemies are shooting.
And I go, okay. And she goes, does that affect why the hard drive doesn't fit in? I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, you know why I do that? Because I don't want them knowing what my address is.
Who?
Enemies right here.
And I'm like, that's not,
Don't bite. Don't
Like-
bite, Paul.
huh?
Don't bite.
I'm
say-
like, that's,
Yeah, okay.
well, you see, Bill, Paul did bite. Because he was in that mood. Sometimes he's in that mood to engage. So, okay, so I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna do arenas. So I was like, well, like that's not like really gonna help you. And she's like, what do you mean? I learned this in the computer class that I took. And I was like, the one you took 7 years ago at the community college? Yeah, she took like an intro to computers class like 7 years ago. and I was like, okay, like maybe 7 years ago this might have been okay advice, but nowadays this advice isn't gonna help you.
I don't think that was ever like useful advice, but
no, I think the idea is that you unplug the router completely. Do you remember this? I like vaguely remember something like this being a thing.
Who are you protecting yourself?
I think the idea is that like people are, I don't actually know. I don't know. I'm not gonna defend her point. Okay, I was just trying to build a bridge, but she was just like she was like, yeah, but Paul, this is what they told me in the computer class. I'm like, okay, maybe like 7 years ago this might have helped with something, but like nowadays this is not gonna help you at all. Like, and she was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I was like, I don't know what to tell. Like, it's been 7 years. Things change.
My name is Rick.
And I was like, you know what advice I'd give you? The advice I would give you is for anything that you have to log into, just make it a random, you know, make that password a random set of letters and numbers and write that down on like a piece of paper. Don't write it down anywhere electronic. And she was like, I already do that. I was like, no, you don't. I know for a fact you don't, because you call me and ask me to like log into stuff for you, and it's like the same word with a different number in front of it. So I know for a fact you don't do this. So shut up. You're just lying. I do that, Paul. I create a cryptographic hash function. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. You use one word and you put a letter, you put a number in front of it. That's what you use for all your passwords. Why are you pretending? I don't even understand why you would lie. Why are you pretending about this? But that wasn't even the part that annoyed me the most.
Alright, I'll bite.
Okay.
What annoyed you the most?
Okay. Just fucking being bad at Apex.
Charging up my shields. Take fire. Getting held back. Reloading. Double time. I'm extending.
Where are they?
Taking a knee. Patching up. Maybe live here. Reloading.
Oh, I see them. Wow. Get fucked.
I need shields. Getting held back. Enemy down.
Okay. Yeah, the most annoying part was she was like, you're coming home for Dad's birthday? And I was like, no. And she was like, why? I was like, I have a concert. And she's like, you're scheduled you bought tickets to a concert on the weekend of your dad's birthday? I was like, yeah, I mean, like my dad does not care about his birthday. This is like his entire life. He has never cared about his birthday. It's only my mom cares about my dad's birthday. You know what I mean?
Doesn't care about your mom's birthday either. Oh
shit! No, he does care because my mom.
Does he?
Makes sure.
I remember a buffet you distinctly missed out on because of him.
On my mom's birthday, or?
I thought it was your mom's birthday where you went to like a Christian show and then you wanted to go to a buffet, but your dad was like, I'm hungry, I don't want to go to the buffet. I want to go home, I want to get Chick-fil-A and leave.
Amazing. I mean...
Am I wrong?
No, but the fact that he would even drive to the theater is a thing. You know what I mean?
That's like the bare minimum. We'll do something for your birthday. Oh, it's over now. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, he had to drive like 2 hours to get to the theater. Like it was... Anyway, I guess, yeah, I guess he cares enough to put on a show for my mom, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just gonna be like, he's not just gonna be like, yeah, I hate your mom, so I'm not even gonna try. Like, he's gonna try a little bit. But when it comes to his birthday, he doesn't care. Like, he's just like, I want to sit here and not celebrate. And my mom's like, no, but we have to, because that's the only way I can blackmail Paul into coming home. And anyway, so I'm like, so she's like, you're not coming home? I was like, no, I don't, it's fine. And then she was like, okay, but what about, I was like, I can come the week after. And she was like, no, there's no point. There's no point in coming the week after. I was like, it's fine.
Alright, gotta get someone to
a birthday, huh, what?
You have to try to pull a Facebook in the EU and assume your mom actually wants you around. And you just say, well, I won't come then. See ya. Maybe I'll see you at Easter.
So I was like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I'm available next week. It's fine. Like, you can wait. Dad doesn't care. You can wait a week. Like, what did you schedule a venue? No, you didn't. Like, it's fine. And she's like, no, that's not how birthdays work. I'm like, you don't like this is fine. It's fine. Birthdays can work like this. You can celebrate a birthday like. Technically, you can celebrate a birthday whenever you want. It's like, as long as we all agree to it, it's fine. You can celebrate it whenever you want. And she insisted. She was like, no, you can only celebrate it like, you can't celebrate it after the birthday. I was like, okay, fine. And then later in the conversation, I realized, I was like, oh, you know, the week before his birthday, I can come the week before. And she was like, well, we can't celebrate, like, she's like, oh, I don't know if we can do that. I was like, you're impossible. Like, what do you think? Do you think? She's so inflexible. I'm like, what? I don't even, what's your logic here? Like, it has to be on the exact date and time of my dad's birth? Of my dad's expulsion from a uterus? That's when we have to celebrate this thing? Like, fuck you. We can, like, it's, cause like, if it was like a week late, maybe I understand, cause you're like, oh, like, it was my birthday, you don't even care. But a week early, I care more. Now I'm like, hey, I love your birthday so much, I'll come a week early now. I'll take, you know? It's like, what's the objection? What's the objection now? Anyway, I'm rambling. Sorry.
Again, put it in the compilation of. I'm not angry.
I don't get mad often. This fucking bitch. No, I would never. No, my mom's fine.
It was so warm today. Really digging it.
Yeah? It's still kind of cold.
55, man.
Yeah, maybe for you.
You're not far enough away that there should be a huge difference.
It was a little warmer. But it wasn't like crazy warm.
It's 41. That's gonna be 50 tomorrow afternoon.
I'll tell you what, the heating bill came in from Con Ed. I was like, I felt like, you know, like the Dine and Dash people. I was like, ooh. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go. Except, obviously, there's different, because you can't just leave from a utility company.
Thanks for explaining that.
Just like, yeah, because... No, I had to explain that. It's very important. Oh god, I'm trash.
I actually got hit. I got some bad guys here. Hostile, making contact with enemy. Heads up, we're not alone.
Okay, well, okay, that was my bad. Is Nick gonna play? What's this guy up to? Answer me, Nick. Damn. Quiet. Dead silence. Alright, so what's up with you? What's going on?
Nothing real.
Can't stick around, but it can.
Did you hear about that? There's like a new meme going around. They found this couple that scammed the cryptocurrency exchange or something.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So they like scammed the cryptocurrency exchange, and they're not in trouble because they did that. They're in trouble because they like money laundered what they stole. Oh god.
Make your ass sense.
Charging up my shield.
What do you mean?
So they money laundered the money that they stole, which is illegal.
Stealing the money was okay.
Yeah, stealing the money is okay because it's like they don't regulate the cryptocurrency. Did we lose? Oh, I fucked up. Well, actually, I don't know if I should say that, but I don't think they're in trouble because they didn't actually. Sorry, I'm saying steal the money. I don't know if they stole the money from the crypto exchange. They just scammed it. You know, they just did some sort of scam on this cryptocurrency exchange in some manner. But it's weird because they don't like regulate. They don't really regulate.
Basically, so what you're saying is they got access to like someone's wallet, cryptocurrency exchange.
Yeah.
And then
Something like that.
and then they like took it out, and they were like, "Well, you know, them's the breaks."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so anyway, the point is that's not really the point. The point is that this couple is like extremely cringe.
So you dress up like the Joker and Harley Quinn.
They one of them calls herself the alligator. Oh my god. One of them calls themselves the alligator of Wall Street.
All right.
And she like
As you do.
and she released this rap song about like her being like the queen of cryptocurrency. And if you haven't seen this, it is like peak cringe. I think she calls herself, what does she call herself? She calls herself let me see. Oh yeah. Sorry, she calls herself the crocodile of Wall Street, and her name is Razzle Khan. And it's like, it's unbelievable.
You're saying things, but like they don't necessarily mean anything.
True. It. To be fair, it doesn't really mean anything either. It's I'm just relaying what her rap name is Razzle Khan, and she released this video.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. No, but when you see this video, you'll understand. You'll be like, oh my god.
I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna
It's fine.
seek it out right now. That's for sure.
It's fine.
You're not gonna do that to me.
That's okay. All right. You okay? Fine. I
think that's a very reasonable request.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What else is happening?
Curse me with knowledge as well.
Okay. Let's rock.
No. So, did you want me? Are you just chilling, or did you want me to like play inscryption, or You're just chilling.
I'm enjoying life.
How do you like Arcane? Did you watch more of it?
Yeah. I barely remember what happened. Jinx is like full Harley Quinn. What? She is.
Uh-huh. Yeah. True.
By the time you see me coming, I'll be going, and you'll be gone.
What do you think of the animation? Is she not moving? Oh my god, what is this? Bro.
What is this?
Hello?
It's your time to shine.
Will get us going even faster.
What about the animation? What do you think?
Good.
I think it's dead.
Jacob and I decided that they did like cool stuff with the cell shading, but like
Care package on
there really hasn't been a moment where we were like, oh my god, wow, blown away.
What do you think is over here?
Like
Damn.
usually it's like, yeah, like that's a cool stylization choice, but like
I got
has there been like an intense action scene that I was like, oh wow, this is really fun? And so I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't really been so blown away.
Oh, I got him.
Got it.
Like I would say like the actual coloring, drawing side of it is good, but like the mechanics of them moving has never made me like, wow, what a sequence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like I think the thing to compare it to is Into the Spider-Verse, because that's the thing that used like a similar kind of you just ditched him. What a champ.
Easy dubs.
Bro. I missed the last thing you said. What was the last thing?
Let's get shotgun.
I was just saying that like the rigging animation movement has never made me like, wow, that's so good. It's always just been like, oh, okay, yeah, good.
Okay. Well, I think they incorporate mocap. It's a mixture of the two that I find really interesting. It's like a mixture of hand-drawn 3D and mocap that I find particular. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, but what I'm criticizing them for is perhaps as of yet not really doing anything with it that I was like, that is like a great use of those three things.
How far are you?
Like 4 or 5 episodes, 6 episodes.
Okay.
And like I think the most like
Have they had like a big fight scene yet?
a few. I mean I feel like the things they're trying to rely on are like big explosion scenes where like in the first one Jace like drops a little piece of magic or whatever and it explodes. They're like, oh. And they're, I think they really like that. I again wasn't like completely blown away by it, but
Okay.
and then they had the scene.
The Heimer, they did the scene where they invented the thing.
Oh.
They invented the technology. Jason,
I don't know if they really finished it.
Okay.
Like Heimerdinger came in and was like, if you keep working on it, it'll be perfect one day.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want, or do you want something after that?
No, I think that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
And then they did the scene where Vi and what's her name, Jinx, like split up, which is like real sad.
Yeah.
But again, it was like I feel like you did too much.
That phase runner will get us going even faster.
Do you find the characters compelling?
Not particularly.
Okay.
They're like fine.
Oh my god, they're so bad. Bro, at least try. Oh god. Bro. Bro!
I downed the hostile. Contact with target.
Okay. Well. Well, this is it's awful. Let me float some things by you, and you tell me. I feel like I might already know, but you tell me what you think about Arcane.
You're gonna float?
Huh?
You said you're gonna float some things by me.
Yeah. So I think the characterization is good within the context of the universe that like it had to be created out of. So like obviously there's gonna be a little bit of tropiness, but I was surprised at how much they were able to wrangle out of like the characters and like that were not like that fleshed out really.
What you're saying is it's good for a lead cartoon.
I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by like how much.
It's probably a fair point. I just don't care that much.
Mm-hmm.
My like response to that would be like, okay, well then let's never make a piece of League media again until we're ready to make like a good one. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I mean like one that's not just like, wow, this is good because it's like average in my opinion.
Average? Okay.
You think the story is like really blowing you away?
It's blowing me away considering the source material they had to work with.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, considering if I don't consider the source material, then it's like an average telling of a story.
Yeah, but it's solid. It's okay. All right, sure. If you just mean like relative to like every other TV show in existence, sure. But it's oh my god, this person just left and now we're fucked. It made me excited again in some sense because like when you hear about adaptations of things, right, you just assume it's gonna be bad.
Right.
And so it was interesting to see something like this, which I felt like completely worked. Like it did work. Even if it wasn't like there were like flaws here and there, but like that got me excited. I'm like, I want them to do this for like a bunch of other shit. Like, to be honest, probably that ruined the magic, but like I don't know. Cause like, can you think of an adaptation that was done like well recently?
Sonic movie. What happened? I think Gawain the Green Knight. I haven't seen it. So.
Gawain the Green Knight.
That's whatever that is.
Sorry, I gotta raise your Discord volume. Gawain the Green Knight.
Gawain and the Green Knight.
Oh, what is that?
That's the A24 movie, but I don't remember what it's called. It might just be The Green Knight.
Oh, the one with Dev Patel?
So the source material is called Gawain and the Green Knight.
Oh.
I was memeing. I wasn't being serious. I haven't seen it. I just thought it was funny. But...
Wait, I thought you did see it.
No, I didn't. I wanted to see it.
I didn't know you. I thought you did see it.
Recent.
Wow, we're gonna get fucked.
I mean, I would say in the realm of video game media, if that's what you want. But like, Again, like, what, are we looking for the least rotten apple in the landfill?
Oh, I forgot I was an Octane. Oh, I fucking suck.
Your words, not mine.
Materials. Charging shields. Come on. Yo, we should def check out that care package. Enemies right here. Recharging my shield. Taking fire. Trust in me, old father. Scanning the area.
Fuck!
Reloading.
Okay. Alright, so I'm you know what? I made up my mind. I'm gonna play League. No, I'm just kidding.
Right now?
No, I'm just kidding. I would never. That is the devil game. That's the devil's game, and we shall never play it.
Why? You loved it. Wukong, no. I bet if you went back to League, or I went back to League, we would be. I was never good at League, but I bet you'd go back and be like, I don't even fucking understand this game anymore.
Oh, that's the arcane character. that's a comment I see a lot, which I like it because I liked Arcane, but the comment something like crazy that Riot developed the game for 10 years to advertise a TV show.
Classic joke.
But I think it's funny to me because I'm like, true. God, that was awful. I should have reported that person, honestly. But whatever. You know what? Maybe I'll play Inscription after this. I'm clearly letting this get to me. Anything else I wanted to say about Arcane? It's surprisingly dark, too.
Yeah, but I just assumed that their audience was, like, pretty old. Like,
Sure, but it
at
could have...
least 14 and up.
Mm-hmm. You did... So you assumed they would be kind of dark going in?
Join me, fellow. Fight strong.
So I didn't assume that, but I didn't have any expectations going.
We ready?
Okay.
So I was just like, oh yeah, look, they're poor, and their dad died, or like their fake dad.
You're not worried then.
I've seen it die. Today no different.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if I necessarily had expectations either. But I was,
Let's go.
you know what it is? All these adaptations, one of the common traits that they share that is like I feel like it's a mistake, is they often like will try to sanitize, like they don't understand some like compelling part of what made the original thing work, and then they try to sanitize it, make it a more like accessible or family friendly. So I was quite surprised when like Arcane gets into this like really like it's like really fucked up, like spoilers for anyone listening, but like Jinx, like you saw the part with Jinx and Soko, right? And you already went through the big fight.
Enemy shield cracked.
When Jinx killed the friends.
Yeah, I was like super shocked.
I was kind of waiting for them to die.
Wow. But did you think Jinx would kill them? Like, she, like, directly caused their deaths.
If she played around with explosives.
Yep.
So I guess what I would have expected was something more like, oh no, she like tried to show up and blundered everything, and now the bad guy killed him, instead of like she dropped a bomb next to them.
Like, they won. They won the fight.
Yeah.
But then she came in and she literally fucked it all up and led to all of them dying.
Yeah.
I thought that was like crazy dark.
Yeah.
And like I just would never expected the show to go there, but the nice thing is when you do go there, now you understand. Like now when Vi and Jinx are like, when they have beef with each other, it doesn't feel like fake beef. It feels like, holy shit, yeah, like, I get it. Like, I understand why you would, like, hate someone or why you'd have issues. It's just nice because it just doesn't feel sanitized. It feels real, like there's real stakes. But, again, like, there are issues with the story. It can be very, like, you can see where things are going sometimes that are, like, you know, it's, like, really obvious. Like, it has to go here because, like, that's the most compelling story. It's not a compelling story if they never, like, meet you know, if Vi and Jinx never get to see each other, right? That's not a compelling story, right? So you're like, okay, of course they're gonna have to, like, interact at some point, right? Oh god!
I was completely distracted while I was on one.
No worries.
I'm very sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's what I
you want to go on the rant again, or?
Right after I take care of this. Oh god, I'm separated. I'm separated from the pack. Why am I separated? Why am I separated from the pack? Oh, bro! I'm freaking out. Bro, I freaked out for no reason there. Okay, that was my bad. I'm sorry, guys. TLDR, my rant. I'm just like, I was surprised that it went dark, and I enjoyed that because when you go dark like that, now the stakes feel real. Now it's like, I understand why Vi and Jinx, like, have problems with each other. Like, holy shit. Yeah, like, Jinx fucking killed their friends. That we spent like 3 episodes with these people. Being like, hey, look how lovable they are. And then like, oh man, like, oh, look at this huge battle. And it was like crazy. And like, Vi was like such a fucking badass. Like, taking... Like, she fucking, like, single-handedly took down, like, the giant Titan guy. It was, like, super cool. And then, like, they did it. They, like, rescued their dad. And then Jinx comes in. Fucking Jinx comes in and fucking kills everyone. Like, she literally ruined everything.
Oh, okay.
And it's like... Huh? Sorry?
It's like that. I heard all that. It's like beeping somewhere. I'm trying to make sure it's not a fire alarm in the house.
Oh boy. Yeah, I hope you're okay.
Alright, it's fine.
Yeah, so that was just it. So now, I appreciate that about it.
I would say it suffers perhaps because an adaptation from like I don't care. The stakes don't feel that high because I know who makes it to the end and who doesn't in some sense. Right? You're like, oh, well, Heimerdinger's important, so he probably is fine. And Jason's important, so he's probably fine. And this guy Victor, I guess, is fine. I mean, they might cause their own beef with each other. And like, I also knew like, okay, Jinx has to mess this up because I'm pretty sure I remember some story about her and Vi having beef from like the game and all these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you minimized your application.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, and actually, I agree with that criticism. Like, you're like, I mean, obviously, that's Vi and Jinx. Obviously, Vi and Jinx have to interact with each other and fight each other. Like, this is like obvious because how else are you gonna tell this story, right? So you're like, yeah, like clearly there's gonna be like a confrontation.
And I mean, that's just kind of something that almost happens when you write this kind of fan fiction.
Are they upstairs? Oh boy, fan fiction, bro.
I mean, that's what it is,
bro. You say sometimes you say things in the most inflammatory. Like you say it in this very calm voice, but it's like so inflammatory. Like, yeah, I thought the fan fiction was okay. It's like clearly, it's like a lot of people, a lot of work, and there's clearly some love put into it.
Fan fiction than it does about Arcane. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on. You're telling me I think when you call things fan fiction, you're not exactly, the connotation is not exactly, I don't think most people would view it as respectful, exactly.
Well, that's a you problem.
No, insane. Like, no, that's, when you say something's fan fiction, you're usually you're using it in the context of trying to like make something sound like really poorly made.
Did you hear what I just
like
said?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said 50, it was just a joke, but
okay.
50 Shades was fan fiction and that did amazingly, so you know.
Yeah, but it's yeah, but that's not the one you want to go with.
Hey, people really liked it. Really good.
You know exactly what I mean. If you were to like write something and then someone's like, "Yeah, I really liked your fan fiction," like, come on, that's not. People don't take that as a compliment.
Yeah, and it seems like a you problem.
Oh my god.
No, you on that.
Fine. I loved your fan fiction. Oh god. Wait, why do I have a P2020? What the fuck? Why am I so bad?
Charging up my shield. Target's right in front of me. Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Down the hostile on Scotty. Reloading. I bathe in this new.
Oh, I probably didn't have to waste my. Oh! Holy shit. Tiebreakers? I fucking hate tiebreakers. Tiebreakers suck. Anyway. But I'm this close to watching Ozark. I don't know what to do.
Well, why not? I don't know anything about it. Just that like it's a very bad joke by Matt because I haven't seen it. I know nothing about it. So he's just like, I guess you like Ozark, but like not really for some reason.
It's just considered like, it's like you're supposed to hate it because everyone tolerates it. guy got kind of melted, I'm gonna be honest.
Down that one. Reloading. Recharging my shields. Charging up my shields. Reloading. Alright, dream within a dream stuff. Enemy shield cracked. Reloading. Shots fired and they're hitting me. Downed an enemy.
Get buffed. I'm kind of worried. Are they missing some? Maybe someone on their team's DC'd. I feel bad.
We are close to victory. The gods favor us.
Oh, Bill, did you know there's a new mode here in Apex? It's like a control mode.
No, like capture the flag or capture the point.
Capture the point, yeah. It's okay, but it's like a change of pace. It's always nice to have like a little change of pace, you know. So I'm gonna assume you don't want to know anything about Ozark. You don't care, right?
Do I care about Ozark? No.
Well, you don't even want to like. You don't even care about like learning.
I feel like for some reason I think there's heavy-handed Jesus metaphors, but I'm not sure.
What? No, I don't.
That might be a completely different show.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Recharging my shields. Charging up my shields. Shots fired and they're hitting me. Broken enemy shield. Reloaded.
Oh, get buffed!
You're gonna see a lot of me.
Where's Nick? Nick, join me right now. You'll win every game, I promise. 100% guarantee. With a, I forget how confidence intervals work. Bill, I failed the FE.
I know. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, don't. I want to feel bad. No, just kidding.
Do you want to feel bad?
No, I'm just joking. Please. No,
Do you want me to
No,
start
no, it's
laying into you?
yeah, because that would be so different than every other day.
Hey, there are some things that I'm not touching. This is one of them. But if you're gonna ask for it,
Bro, he was asking for it. No,
what he was wearing. Wearing a T-shirt that said "I'm a real engineer."
I have a cup that says engineers are awesome, but I didn't buy this cup, okay? It was a Secret Santa gift. So
I don't push the envelope.
Okay.
I shred it.
now if I had bought that kind of cup, I think you would have good reason to give me a little shit.
Okay, it's just a stupid test.
Give me a little shit.
It's a stupid test that, like, your biggest mistake was just not taking it when you graduated, it sounds like.
It's honestly such a huge regret. Like I would go up to myself in the past, I would slap myself and I'd be like, listen up, you little dipshit. You don't understand the pain this is. I don't care. League of Legends it's an evil game. Stop playing it. You're never gonna be good at it. Like, you stop this right now and you take this fucking test. It'll save you so much heartache down the line. And I'll be like, oh, okay, alright. I'll be like, there you go. You little simp. You don't even know what that means yet. I don't like this map.
Using grapple.
It's a new map.
Target over there.
This map sort of like reminds me of Avatar for some reason. Pandora. Did we get it?
Let's go here. Sergeant, here I go.
This
I
is
am
it.
taking fire, friends.
You know, I was in Avatar World in Disneyland.
Yeah.
That was real cool. I was so like, wow, this is awesome. I love it. Why is your team all dead? Oh, you're dead.
Go in here.
Fuck!
I mean, not your fault.
No, no, it. I could have been with them a little better. Bro, where the. Bro, so where the hell were you guys? I thought this was teams. Okay.
You watch Folding Ideas, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to talk folding ideas?
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
talk folding ideas. Oh hell yeah, bro. Bro, I love
He's
folding.
very good. He's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he
So
would
what
make
have you
more
watched?
videos, but I understand that the reason they're so good is because he takes so long to make them.
Because they are clearly very well thought out.
Material. Let's go here.
What the fuck?
Enemy taken.
Have you watched his... I haven't seen the original Nostalgia Critics Wall.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
His criticism of my favorite part is when those weird, terrible 3D animations.
It's with the like weird puppet objects.
I don't even know how to describe them.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's like,
And then they like accuse the wall of exactly what they're doing.
yeah. Ah!
It turns out Apex can be a game. Oh,
Yo, he I deserve that. Bro. I did deserve that one. Okay. Alright, I need to be a better teammate. I feel like I'm dropping the ball here. I'm not contributing like I need to be. Anyway, keep talking about, yeah, I love, yeah, it's, I think my favorite part, his analysis of, like, sometimes, like, what's most fascinating about a piece of art, because I agree with this, it's like The Room is, like, a perfect example of this. It's, like, sometimes the most interesting thing about a piece of art is that, like, it unintentionally reveals, too much about its creator.
that's what the Book of Henry one also went over.
Yeah, right.
Where you're like, this is an awful movie. Like, what is this? I'm supposed to like,
but
this,
it's like an awful. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm supposed to like the psychopath, like 12-year-old psychopathic child. Anyway,
Oh, it's like about a child that like is supposedly a genius, but is really just like an asshole.
yeah, he's stupid and doesn't follow through on any of what he says.
And like has a really hot mom for some reason, and that's like important.
The problem was that that just said a lot about you. I think I don't remember him saying anything about her attractiveness.
No, there's like a weird thing where the kid, like, do you not remember the part of this? There's like the kid is treated like an adult.
Yeah.
And like, but like even in like, there's like a weird.
Close to victory. All Father bless us.
Wait, how does it work again?
He treats her like a child.
He treats her like a child.
Like playing video games and stuff. But like, there's no negative effects from her acting like a child, or we don't see it. Like the show's just like everything's fine. Like they're completely fine in terms of money. She spends enough time with her kids. Like she seems to be just a fine mom. And there's just this weird like, no, it's bad that she is this way. But like it doesn't show you any consequences.
Yep.
And like the savant child is like, it's just like this weird asshole that's always obsessed with money and finances. And it's like, look, like we have like millions of dollars in assets. It's okay.
Isn't there something with the teacher though? Or I forget exactly. Is there something with the teacher? Like a weird thing?
There's a weird thing where he puts down one of the kids in the class and like, you're not smart enough for this class.
Okay.
And because you like dodgeball or something. And and then the teacher's like, let's put you, why aren't you in an advanced class? And then he's like, because it's better for me to develop alongside peers or something.
I do remember this now, yeah.
And it's like,
the teacher's like, you're so smart.
But he says that, and then as Dan points out, it's like, it's just not true. Like, you've shown that he is bored and miserable and has no friends because of his intellect. So obviously this is not the right solution for him.
Yeah. Oh god, are we about to lose?
Marking our surroundings.
That was a bad spot, huh?
Oh god, we did it.
Good job.
Okay, so maybe I misremembered. I thought there was like a weird thing where like he's a child, but like there's like weird like sexual energy for some reason because he's supposed to be this like god figure.
No. Hey, Nick.
Oh, hey. How's it going, bro?
I didn't see your message for like an hour because I was at my desk and my phone was on my couch.
Nick, you're on stream. I just want to...
Thank you for the heads up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm downloading Apex now. They're going to be around for a few more matches.
I'm still around.
How are you, sir?
Good, man. I failed my FE recently, but I'm doing okay.
Wait, is that the exam to become like the major exam or something?
It's called the Fundamentals of Engineering exam.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, you know how usually you're supposed to know the fundamentals of engineering?
I mean, like, I personally don't have too much of a clue because comp-sci just throw around the word engineering without us actually having to do anything more than, like, hell, I heard people that, like, do, like, basic script kiddie shit call themselves, like, engineers, and I always feel weird about that. So I don't know what the specific requirements are. I know there's some professional engineering exam because someone I know, out in California was talking about it.
That person already passed the FE. The PE is them, like, that's the next level. I'm on level 1. They're on level 10. Like.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Paul.
It's okay, man. It's like, I should have just taken it. Everyone told me. They're like, if you don't take this in college, you're gonna regret it.
Right.
And I didn't follow that advice, and they were right. They were completely correct.
I mean, you already have qualifications just to be on the job sites and such, so it's just a matter of if you can do additional work? Like, how does it work regarding certifications?
You can get sued.
Wait, what? But you already have insurance regarding job sites and such. Like, that's just liability insurance.
No.
What the fuck?
He's playing. Let me explain. So, the PE, the FE really doesn't do anything. The PE allows you to sign off on blueprints at the end of the process.
Okay.
And then basically there'll be a pay raise associated with that. But also you're taking on like the responsibility for that project. So for example, if you are the guy that signed off on like a bridge, and then that bridge collapsed, you're the one that's in trouble. So you have like the final say in putting it through, but then you have the responsibility of whether it is okay, or like if something goes wrong, you have like the responsibility on some level, because you should catch any like mistake.
Right, because whoever signs off on it is basically
a big pay bump too.
Okay, right, because whoever signs off on it is saying, "Hey, I trust this engineer. I double check their work." It's like that, like looks good to me, like secondary approval.
Yeah, in actuality, there'll be like a huge investigation. I think it's like, oh, did the engineers do that? Oh, did the contractors follow through correctly? Oh, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, of course. Like, it's not just a matter of, like, bridge collapse. It's this guy's problem. Like, it could have been everything from the rebar was, like, improperly, like, inserted to, like, shoddy concrete or something. Okay. So this was the FE, though. So the FE is just, you need that to do the PE, or?
Yeah, you need that to do the PE.
Okay.
So basically, you would take the FE, and then I think you'd take like 5 years of professional experience, and then you can take the PE or something.
Yeah. So actually, the thing is, if I pass the FE right now, I could take the PE like right away.
Because you've been working in industry for so long. Okay. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. What happened, if you don't mind me asking? Did you study the wrong thing?
It's brutal. It's a 6-hour test, 110 questions.
Ouch.
So you get 3 minutes a question.
Like SAT nightmares all over again. I'm getting flashbacks.
But the reason it's good to take it like directly after you graduate is because you just studied all the stuff about whatever. You have a breadth of knowledge, right? Yeah. So it's easier to pass because it's testing a breadth of knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, if you're forced to, just because of like your senior year, cover like 10 different things, you're gonna remember those 10 different things. Versus me now, like if you ask me linear algebra questions, like various shit from graphics is just not gonna be in the forefront of my mind.
You said you never took linear algebra.
I didn't, but in graphics, I had to use some linear algebra, so I got away with just him showing us the formulas, and me knowing the bare basics regarding matrix multiplication and all that. It was weird because he was very hands-on theory-based, while all the assignments were practicals, so a good portion of the time was spent more trying to adjust our viewpoints and stuff and figure out mirrors than anything else. The book he recommended was garbage. Oh, and the funny thing is that professor left like right after, and I had to explain to the head of the department that his grading criteria was so open-ended that literally anything that wasn't mandated was extra credit. Which was so awkward. Like, the thing randomly changes colors, extra credit. How much? We have no clue. He never told us any of that. So, yeah, he'd grade most people. It was like a nightmare. I was like one of like the 3 people he had actually bothered grading things on. So it was like, well, how did you get this grade? And I was like, I have no clue what the criteria were. He said do X, and I did X, and I did a few extra things. I don't know if that's making up for whatever I got wrong, or etc. It's weird like that. But yeah, that sucks. So what happens now? You have to wait X months and you can retake it?
He's playing. He's in the zone.
Whoa.
That's alright, he's a programmer. That means us distracting him is just a benefit.
I mean, I've discussed this before, how if he wants to do streaming, he's gotta learn to talk and play, but...
Well, the thing is, like, he doesn't have to talk to us. Like, you could talk and play in terms of just, like, replying to occasional comments on a Twitch stream. Like, it's pretty different from, like, Discord. Like, people actively talking about unrelated stuff.
That only works if you have an audience.
Okay, fair. Oh, wait, technically we're his audience.
Yeah, that's why you should talk to us.
Okay, I see your point.
Listening to you guys, first of all, I want to say, I'm very impressed by how well you guys talked about the FE exam. You like fucking nailed it on every point. It was impressive. Like, kudos.
Thank you.
Yeah. So good job.
My ego is a +1 to bullshit. Okay.
We're getting real sweaty, man.
But when can you take the FE again?
So Nick, you think you'll be It's not fucking available till like May, I want to take this thing fucking tomorrow because I know that I did not have optimal. Like I know I just fucked up on that.
You know,
because,
like one thing you got wrong, and now you'd know, like if you took it now, you'd get it right.
No, it's not even that. It's that like my strategy. There were some questions I should have skipped, and I spent way too much time on them. And I know for like now when I do this test, I'm just going to like straight up skip. If there's something that I can't figure out in like a minute, I'm just gonna straight up skip it. Holy shit, get melted.
I mean, that's a fair strategy. Like, it really depends. For all questions weighted equally, though.
Get
I don't think
buffed!
they are.
Sorry, say that again?
Are all questions weighted equally?
It's not clear. They're a little obtuse with it. They're a little obtuse. I think they are. I think some questions are weighted more heavily.
Okay.
In my opinion, but they don't disclose that. But I think they are because every topic that's covered, it's like a couple very easy questions, right? Okay. And then one or two very hard questions.
Right.
And I think the idea, and this is my worry, is that like to some extent, if you answer like all of the easy questions, but you don't attempt any of the hard ones, I don't necessarily think you pass.
I mean, I can understand that. Like, even if it's like weighted such that like the hard ones are double, like it just having a certain percentage of them, like you can't just ignore all of them. But it makes sense if you're doing the easy ones or saving the hard ones, maybe balance it out or something. Like do one hard one for every like 20 easy ones you do, and if you
should guess. There's no penalty for guessing, so you should guess. But my point is that if you get like all the hard ones wrong, right? Then
no, I meant like don't never answer, but I meant like for the easy ones, you could always go back. Like just mark that this is one I guessed on. Go back after a 5 time or something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I got stuck, and I shouldn't have. And now in my head, I'm like, I just want to take this thing tomorrow because like this is my strategy. Go in. Okay, read the question. Do I know what this is saying? No. Okay, do a search. Do a search in the handbook. Look in the handbook. Okay, look at this concept. Do I remember this concept like right away? No. Move on to the next question. Don't even bother. And the problem is when I took it, I did like every once in a while there was like a thing I was like, okay, I remember this sort of, but like so I'm gonna read through this thing. And then I'm gonna like, and so I'm like, I'm learning in real time almost, and it's like, there's no time. This is why
I always feel so conflicted when it comes to certain exams, because there's always debate, whether it be coding challenges to like actual day jobs. Like, do you actually need to have this stuff fresh in your mind? Like, if you're working, let's say you're doing insulation on a house, framing or whatever, like, if you work with it enough, you might know the R value of certain materials off the top of your head. In fact, I would probably expect that. You'd have to know basics regarding tensile strength and, like, how is the structure going to work.
Jesus.
But, like, you can't remember every little thing in your head, period. That's not realistic. Like, in real life, people can look up information, whether that be older books or going back to the blueprints, etc. And while it is good to have a breadth of knowledge, like, I feel like there is a point where you have to specialize and go deep into one thing versus any and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Especially if it's stuff you can pick up again, or if it's rote memorization. Like, I don't know. I always feel conflicted on that. Like, I still feel bad you didn't do as well. But, like, at least you can retry it. Like, it's not like a game over, like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's game over. They're like, bro, you ran out of lives, so you can't be an engineer anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because there are like certain like college classes, as you mentioned, you should have done this back in college, where if you fail like a specific exam, like you can't go on to like the rest of the track because so many things are you have to take this prerequisite and it's only offered one time once per year. So it's like, oh, you missed the fall class, you can't take it in spring, you have to be held back a year or something. And it's like, I don't know, stuff like that. In this case, it's just wait a couple months, try again. Like, you're already working on the job, you're getting paid, etc.
I just want to take it tomorrow. I understand. So two of this, so they do give you like this. What they give you is they show you like all the topics, and they sort of give you an idea. There's like weird thing where they show you like a graph, a bar chart, and it like gives you a hint as to like the topics that you were really solid on. And like apparently I got like a perfect in engineering economics, which either speaks to how easy that fucking class is, or like maybe I have a talent for
Is that tailored
economics.
to the feasibility of the job, or is that knowing costs of materials and if you have labor
It's just
costs and
super
why,
simple
like-
once you know the idea is to just say, okay, like, what are you looking for? Present worth, future value? Okay, and then you literally look at the formula and they give you the interest rate. They always give you the interest rate. And then you just like literally look up the value and then you just times that, and it's like that's it. That's the answer.
Okay. I mean, this is good to have in general. I mean, just think about how bad the price of wood was, like, not too long ago. Like, if you had bought the wood during that time for a job versus you managed to delay it and postpone buying the lumber, or if you had managed to buy the lumber in bulk, let's say you were doing multiple jobs, you managed to stockpile one of, like, that drastically impacted if a job was worth it at all, if your clients could hold off. Like, that has a lot of impacts in general.
Yeah. I don't really deal with that too much. I'm
I
not
think
like
the
a
issue with
contractor.
that is that wood price. I'm not sure how many people were able to predict that accurately. And so Paul wouldn't, like, I don't think engineering economics necessarily means the people who are trying to predict price fluctuations.
Yeah, I don't think it is that. It's more like, given the value of an asset and a set interest rate, like what are the various things you can figure out?
Oh,
about,
okay.
like, now,
Like what
wait,
you're talking about is just
Nick, are you
pure,
downloaded, or how close are you? Should I start another?
It should have been downloaded by now, but my speeds dropped to like nothing out of the blue. So now it's saying it just went up to 10 minutes again. So I would just start around without me.
Okay, sure, no worries.
This is super annoying because it claimed I had like 2 minutes left at the start of like when you finish that round, and then it just jumped up again. I'm like, what the hell?
And then the other, so I could like, there's a bunch of ethics questions, not a bunch, just like a couple. There's like a few ethics questions. I'm like 100% sure I like nailed that, because like literally you just look it up in the book and you find the exact language. So, and then it told me I was below average on ethics. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I'm not. Okay, so maybe this speaks like, I hope that's not the case, because there's gonna have to be a giant rewiring of some like thing I don't understand if like I genuinely didn't understand something. Because they're super straightforward. They're like, a professional engineer's responsibility is like what? I'm like, yeah, like, and then like there's like 4 multiple choice questions, and 3 of them are like obviously wrong. They're like, to serve like a politician's needs, and it's like, no, that's
Yeah,
It's
so
clear-
when it's super obvious like that, like, that's fine. Like, that's like common sense. Like, your job isn't to do that. But
yeah.
there are questions like I've run across where I said, like, I know what answer you're looking for, but I think that this is slightly better response, and it depends on the circumstances, and you're oversimplifying it. And then, like, I hate kind of questions like that. Like, multiple choice, while it's like the better format for an exam where you don't want to write everyone just going about open-ended, like, filling up entire pages worth of calculations. Like, it does have limited in terms of, like, question, answer, like, options.
Yeah, I ultra hate those questions, because the answer is always like, it depends on the context. Like, you can say all this, but like I could probably give you a context where like you're wrong. Like, that's not the correct answer, right? Or like that doesn't, at least intuitively, would feel like the correct answer.
I mean, like, just an oversimplification, but how would you dig out a hole of a certain depth? If you don't list how the soil is, what the foundation is like, etc., well, you've got a lot more questions to, you need more information before you could just say, put an excavator there and you're done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna die. But like, yeah, I would still be surprised because the questions I thought like that was the easiest part of the exam. So I would be but they won't give me the answer, so I won't know. And it kind of bothers me because I'm like I want to know like what the fuck, like it was super straightforward. I don't know. Also, ethics questions, like, they are pretty funny in that, like, just because you, like, answered the ethics question correctly doesn't mean, like, that doesn't mean shit.
What you're gonna do.
Like, as to what you're actually gonna, yeah, like, that means jack shit. But Your Honor, I answered the ethics question correctly. Doesn't that mean... No, it means jack shit. You murdered your wife. I don't care, like...
Coding has its own set of ethics problems, especially when it comes to anything from AI, now the crazes regarding NFTs, etc. What is acceptable, what is not? Is it ethical to work on anything that might be used for consensus if it's going to be used in an NFT because of the extreme energy uses and climate change? Or is it just, I wrote a consensus library and it may or may not be misused? Like, it gets like weird like that.
Nick, there's a really good 2-hour YouTube video. Did you see it? On NFTs and cryptocurrency.
If it's 2 hours long, probably not. When did this come out?
Paul, did you see this? It was Folding Ideas.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
It's called Line Goes Up. It's by Folding Ideas.
It's basically a YouTube, like, full documentary. Like,
Line Goes Up, the problem with NFTs 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in my to watch list.
It's engaging. I think it makes a lot of good points.
I would be interested.
Now, to be fair, now here's the thing. This guy, like, I don't know how you feel about NFTs, Nick. I try to keep an open mind, but it's like clearly this guy, if you like love cryptocurrency and NFTs, you might like he's critical of it.
He's not. If you watch it, like when I watched it, I was like, this isn't here to like change anyone. Nobody's gonna watch this and be like, oh my god, I didn't know. They're gonna be like, I always thought NFTs were fishy, or they're gonna be like, I love NFTs.
I personally don't see the point. I can see the idea of distributed consensus for like ownership of things, just having digital records. But NFTs, as far as the examples I've seen so far, are I claim I own this tweet because some random blockchain, not even like on Bitcoin's blockchain, claims that so-and-so wallet owns this tweet URL because we say so. And there's no real connection to reality. It's not even tangible assets at times.
So the way that it seems like it was marketed, at least in the beginning, was towards digital artists, so that they could be like, here's like a thing I drew. Do you want to own it? Okay, here you go. You've got the copyright to it, I guess, or something.
No, not the copyright. Oh, well, that's what they thought. That's what they thought. Yes.
It was a digital record, like where A goes to B, and I could see the original use of it because I originally heard NFTs in a similar context, where if you have 10 different people, like songwriters, composers, etc., contribute to the song, you could have a digital record saying, "Hey, these were licensing wise." Who contributed what and what the terms are. And if you wanted to say license a song, okay, you know this person should be paid this much percentage of whatever like the music label like deal was. And for that, like a blockchain-esque structure is fine. It's just a record saying like who did what and trusted by the labels themselves. But that's definitely not what it's being used for now.
Well, so his point is that NFTs are really just part of the whole cryptocurrency grift, where it's like, and he uses that term a lot, where it's like, okay, now I have $50,000 worth of Bitcoin, or, you know, realistically they have more than that, but who am I gonna unload this on? Well, I need someone who wants to buy cryptocurrency. Well, if I need to get more people who want to buy cryptocurrency if I want to start like cashing out. Because right now you can't use cryptocurrency in most places.
As far as I'm aware, ironically enough, if I recall correctly, Japan is one of the few countries that acknowledges Bitcoin as an actual currency. It's viewed as an asset here for tax purposes.
But the thing is, even if that's true, you can only use it for like huge buys, right?
Yeah, because the exchange fees, they cost
pay rent. Because
I mean, like, I forget the term for Bitcoin. The term for Ethereum was gas or whatever, if I recall. Just to do, like, just for transferring it, you have to offer a percentage. But the transfer fees are so high for Bitcoin that if you had a $5 Bitcoin wallet, you could never transfer that out, period, without the price cratering like crazy.
Yeah, which is a problem, right? That sounds insane for something that's supposedly one of the more compelling points, I think, in the video is that, like, there's, like, hard limitations to the technology that don't make it a suitable replacement for banking. Like,
it's also very slow.
Right
like,
now.
you need
that's
however
one of
many...
the things.
Because
you can only process so many transactions in one block, right? And a block in itself is already going to take, what, like, in Bitcoin, it takes, what, like 10 minutes to process one block?
You need, like, what, 8 confirms or something like that?
Because
even if you get one person saying, yeah, it's through, it doesn't mean it's actually through.
So the times are, like, in, like, the current banking system, you know, credit cards and all that, like, they can process thousands of transactions a second. Bitcoin, like, takes, like, 10 minutes to, like, process even close to that.
That's why most people want you to go through an exchange. The exchange just on its end changes its own database like a bank.
Yeah, but then that's not cryptocurrency anymore, really. Right?
I know. They just claim that they would, if you asked for it, give you that equivalent. It's not actually changing into your wallet unless you have it set up that way.
Yeah, so you kind of weaken the promises of cryptocurrency. The point is that there are like technological limits that make cryptocurrency unsuitable as a complete replacement for banking.
I mean, on one hand, yes, that's true because of technical limitations. Though I think Ethereum is trying to do proof of stake to speed things up. But the other, like, I think, like, appeal of cryptocurrency was, despite being digital, it can't just randomly be taken away. It can't just randomly be devalued. Granted, that's iffy because since it's not really backed by something.
Neither of those things are true right now, because if a whale just decides to sell off all their shit, then it is devalued. And if someone hacks into your wallet, which they're getting pretty good at, it can just be taken away, and that can be hard to litigate.
No, see, I was specifically referring to the idea of devaluation by an entity that controls it. Take the US dollar. By printing more money, it goes down.
It can't be necessarily inflated, no. If that's what you're talking about.
Like the point I'm trying to make is, like, you can't just have the person behind Bitcoin declare there's now triple the amount of Bitcoin in circulation. Especially with Bitcoin itself, since there's a fixed amount that'll ever be made.
Sure, but again, that's like, it's like one, you could put that on the pro column, but then you have all these cons, right? It's like,
that's I'm not even sure. I don't know enough economics to say for sure that's a pro, because then it leads to deflation eventually. Yeah. So I'm not sure.
I mean, that's why some tried. That's why some tried. What is it? Okay. That's why some tried arguing, like, you have these stable coins pegged to a fixed price of something. Like, if you had it fixed so that let's say 1,000 units of it was equivalent to, let's say, 3 ingots of gold or something.
I see.
This is like
in practice, Nick, there was a I think it was called Tether. There was a company that claimed to do this, backed by every Bitcoin is backed by US dollars, and it turns out that what they were doing was they owned another exchange, and they were backing the Bitcoin with. They were basically trying to infinitely, like, recursive loop the money. So at the end of the day, nothing was backed up by anything.
Jeez. Yeah, I heard
the money was backed up with fake money, and the fake money was backed up with the Bitcoin. So at the end of the day, there was nothing that was ever backed by American dollars, and I think they're being investigated.
I mean, what was it? Didn't they also just arrest some couple recently? That
I was just telling Bill about this.
Yeah.
What were you telling me about?
I don't remember the full details, but basically one of the bigger heists of Bitcoin, they just arrested a random couple. I think like one of them was like an ex-rapper or something.
Yeah.
And they happened to have the wallet with an insane large percentage of the stolen funds. So now the question is like, were you involved with the thefts? Did you get like directly? Did you steal it yourself? Were you just associated with the person who did? Like, what's going on here? How do you have this?
Nick, my
Because
understanding.
obviously, they. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I was saying go ahead. Like I'm just like bullshit.
My understanding is that they're not necessarily the crime isn't necessarily the crime is more that they were money laundering with that Bitcoin.
Oh, that's
which
even
you're not
worse.
supposed to do. But I don't know if it was necessarily a crime of.
I don't know exactly how is itself a crime. I don't know what it would.
Is it? Counted. Was it? I did not get the impression that was the crime.
I mean, hacking in itself is a crime. They were probably arrested for the laundering. That's probably how they got caught to begin with. But as far as like, there is like stuff like the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act and a bunch of other things. Like, just getting it and taking that funds, even if it's not considered money by the government, it's considered like an asset. That's still theft of an asset.
Is Bitcoin considered an asset by the U.S. government?
If I understand correctly, it's taxed as such or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay, well that changes
like
things.
You do if you sell Bitcoin for dollars.
I don't think it was. The reason and so the SEC or whatever entity was not gonna. Okay, there you are. They were not going to like if someone had Bitcoin, right, and then they lost it in some manner. Like they were not gonna like investigate it because but maybe I'm
nothing to investigate. If you put your key in a flash drive and the flash drive dies, or you put it in the wash, like good luck, it's gone.
Yeah, but even if someone stole I guess the problem would be someone hacking. That would be the crime.
Yeah. Well, then that docs was stolen funds. You took others' money, and you've like that itself is a form of. I don't think it would classify as like standard.
What if you like accidentally? What if someone got your wallet info by accident?
See, by accident, it's a different story. But in this case, it was stolen from the exchange, like defrauded the users or whatever. Like they took the money and ran.
Yeah. Now there's like pump and dump schemes happening with like cryptocurrencies that no one's investigating, right?
Yeah, so it depends on how big it gets. A lot of it's just what idiot will give us their funds. Like, look at Squid. Had nothing to do with Squid Game itself, but they played it off as such. People dumped a ton of money into it. And in reality, it was just giving Ethereum for a token that allowed you to get a game to do something.
More like nothing.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. People tried to sell it once it went up, but you couldn't unless you met the criteria established by the Ethereum contract, which was you have to get like X wins in this game. That was garbage. So that's really how they did it. They put like a fake board of directors and like a website that listed a lot of fraudulent crap, and they just got all the Ethereum.
Yep, and that doesn't get investigated, right?
I mean,
my understanding is that kind of shit, the SEC is not going to go after you.
I mean,
they don't even. This is not a regulated market. It's not like the U.S. legal tender. It's not.
Here's the thing. Like there is like cybercrimes are a thing. They do investigate and prosecute those, but the problem is what evidence, and also don't forget very limited resources. Yeah. So it's not nobody cares, but it's a matter of you're not a high priority at all. Okay. Unless you're massively huge. Like, you hear about this stuff, people definitely look into it, but who's paying for who to do it? Like, what takes priority for, like, CIA, FBI? Is it going to be a guy whining about his cryptocurrency scheme? Which, to my knowledge, like, although it was definitely, like, fraudulent and getting attention, the contract itself was just a standard, like, Ethereum contract. Like, where do you draw the line in terms of, like, prioritization? Because I'd say like someone launching and failing to do cyber attacks on a bank, no matter how large or small, takes way higher priority than guy whining about his crypto wallet.
Right.
Wait, where are we being shot at from? Oh,
back there. Back like there. They're probably back there. Okay, just get in the ring. Don't go in the open. Oh, but you're in the open.
I don't know where to go.
What the fuck? Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, is that a Valkyrie? Yeah, there's a Valkyrie.
It's a Valkyrie, yeah, don't worry. Alright, get in the ring, just get in the ring.
Yeah, I'm running for the ring.
Alright, down there. I see him.
I'm getting I'm down.
Where?
And I'm right behind you. But you're taking fire.
God damn it, I'm sorry.
This is the first time I played in months, so, like, I'm just bad.
No worries. You play Seer? I didn't know this.
Yeah, I don't think I paid attention, and I clicked Seer by accident or something.
That's how I feel like playing the stream when I have to talk. It's hard, man. It's hard. Anyway, so my point is that, like, if you were to do that with, like, stocks, like actual stocks,
Right.
like the SEC will investigate.
Well, don't forget, stocks are also traded publicly through regulated exchanges.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas what super regulated exchange is there, like, for cryptocurrency?
There
like,
isn't. Like I just explained, there was one that basically claimed they were backed up by American dollars and were not.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there is know your customer regulations and stuff being shoved on people, like, what is it, like Coinbase and all that. Like, they what is it, they mandate, like, a driver's license or something now?
Back up.
Thing is, a lot of people were trying to originally buy cryptocurrencies with credit cards and then doing chargebacks. And when it's something like that, like, how do you prove you actually got it or not? Like, it's not like you have some, like, if it's a bank account, then, like, anyone can just go up and, like, file, like, a legal claim against the bank saying, hey, show us the transaction history. Like, how do you do that for a wallet, which is just a random address? Do you claim my credit card was stolen, they used it to buy crypto? Like, how do you do, like, refunds for an instantaneous thing that nobody's control of?
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm gonna lower your volume just a little bit. Alright, we gotta focus up. Getting fucking wrecked out there.
Alright, Bill, do you know when you're coming to my place tomorrow, or no?
You should get to Hoboken around 1.
Okay.
No joking.
Marking our surroundings.
Oh, what the? I don't know what I did. What? Oh, God. And I'm down. I'm crawling to you.
Oh, get buffed!
I guess your teammate probably did it, but...
Hey, I helped!
Well, I just meant the shot, really. Wasn't saying you didn't do anything. You killed one guy at least and hit the other guy.
Yeah, I did. Don't you forget it, Nick.
Why are you telling Nick that? What? Nick never did anything to you.
Wait, what? What was against me? Sorry, I zoned out.
Nothing. Okay, so Nick, you want to buy some crypto with me?
No.
But bro, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be called it's gonna be called on coin.
You sure you don't want to just call it Paul scamming you, give him money?
Yeah, that's too long. It's not catchy. It's not big.
It seems like the move is to just
Nice, down here. On me.
it's just I think the move is to sell NFTs of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Get fucked. I mean,
Just
get
like
fucked.
completely new.
Ironically enough, I heard.
No, don't go down there.
I heard the post office is getting the NFTs actually.
Alright,
Because they have like stamps, like people are stamp collectors. Like you'd have a digital record of like owning certain stamps or something. That's like one of the less shitty like ones I've heard.
That's the Pokemon cards.
Jeez, I'm just imagining a Pokemon NFT now.
Just imagine a what NFT?
I mean, you know people would throw money at that.
At what?
A Pokemon NFT, if it was an actual official NFT.
Yeah.
Although it's funny, like some of the NFT sites, like OpenSea or whatever, like their chain of record isn't actually a link to like a hash of the image; it's just to a URL. So if that URL is taken down, then you own a claim to a link that doesn't work.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, what's the problem?
Yep.
Yeah, I think people like. There was a period of time when no one knew what NFTs were. Holy shit.
Shields are recharging.
Coming around the side. Jeez. Oh my god, what? I'm down. I'll try and crawl to you the long way. Oh, and I'm outside the ring now. Okay, I'm totally dying before I reach you. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we're under fire.
Oh, god damn it.
Just blame me. You were almost reviving me. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, he's finishing me? Oh, you jerk.
Yo, this Bloodhound's super thirsty.
That was so cruel. What are we? You're gonna win no matter what, and you spent the time to just murder us.
Alright, don't worry, we got this. I feel it. What's that noise?
I have no clue. It was like static noise or something.
It's okay. It's gone.
Alright, we're already losing. It can't ruin our vibe anymore. We can only go up
No,
from
no,
here.
we're close. We're close. I mean, it's not that. I've been in this situation. It's fine.
Okay, staying positive.
Stay positive. Don't panic. I guess follow 669 because he seems to know what he's doing.
You sure? He's running into an open area.
Hey, he's good. He's good.
Well, I see a heartbeat sensor over there, or it's going off. So we're about to be blanked.
Alright, got one. Where?
Shoot.
Behind you, behind you.
Okay, I got flanked. Yikes.
Alright, I'm gonna try to revive you. Come towards me.
I'm going. There's. I'm next to 6-9, but for 6. Yeah, I'm next to 6-9. There we go. Oh wait, we're being shot. Shoot. Save yourself. Oh, jeez, behind. Oh, the Valkyrie. That's. They flew over us.
Yo, this Bloodhound's super thirsty.
You okay, Phil?
We lost. It's okay. Oh, 100% guarantee it. Alright, that was fun. Let's do it again. Another. Okay, well, the static's back. I'm not sure.
Whose mic is lighting up? 'Cause I didn't see anyone's.
Wow, we talk so much about cryptocurrency. That's crazy.
Like,
Bill, it's your mic that's like staticky. I saw you lighting up just now.
what?
Yeah, the static is coming from your mic. I saw Discord light up as that was.
Oh.
It's not happening right now, though. I almost thought you were like using a sync or something.
Nope.
Okay, that's weird.
You love cryptocurrency so much, Paul, you've decided to rename yourself Meme Coin. That'll be your new username in Apex.
That's gotta already be taken.
I'm gonna write fan fiction about cryptocurrency.
Go for it. I'll read it.
Nick, question.
Right.
If someone was like, I wrote this like thing, whether it's like you know, like, I don't know, like I wrote this script for a movie or something.
Okay.
And then you're like, this reads like fan fiction. Does that sound like a compliment to you?
Not what I said.
I framed it kind of disingenuously on purpose because I knew it.
On one hand, based on my experience,
No, let Bill. Bill's gonna
let me say this.
Let Bill frame the question. I framed it incorrectly.
Okay. Like, you have all the pertinent details. It sounds like Bill called your screenplay a fanfic.
No, he called Arcane. He called Arcane fanfic.
Arcane?
Arcane's the new League of Legends show.
I was like, yeah. It's a good fan.
I still have to watch that.
And Paul took offense to that, apparently.
I mean, it's based on the lore of the game, and that's like it wasn't originally made to be like a fanfic. Usually, you interpret the word fanfic as fiction based on someone else's work that you're a fan of.
Thank you, Merriam-Webster. But like,
at the same time, I mean, like, yeah, but at the same time, like, that doesn't mean fanfiction is bad or it has to be bad. Some people use like that as just the premise of here are the characters and take things in a completely different direction. Additionally, like sites like fanfiction.net, like one of my favorite. Oh, okay, I see someone.
You know, Lord of the Rings is just Jesus fanfiction.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the reason
that's what I'm saying.
My favorite fantasy novel of all time, ironically enough, it's called Mother of Learning. Started off as someone's world-building exercise on fanfiction, on like one of the fanfiction.net like derivatives, or it might have been the site proper. So they were posting it there, and the writing was just so great that he ended up making a Patreon and got like 2K a chapter at one point. It's great. I still view that as one of my top like favorite like fantasy novels of all time, Russian fantasy. But it was, and technically still is a fanfic. Now, granted, it was 100% original. Like, it wasn't just like some Harry Potter fanfic or some crap. But like, it doesn't mean like while overwhelmingly what reads like a fanfic is bad, I can think of instances where that would be good. I mean, you were doing a screenplay based on another show or something, weren't you?
I'm not doing. Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Always trying to write Clerks.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Clerks. Oh, jeez. That's
I'm not trying to write Clerk. I'm trying to write a good TV or good scripts, and I'm writing Clerks.
I mean, unintentionally, or it sounded like Clerks' like theme, almost. Like you were writing
unintentionally.
A continuation. Okay, that's not a fanfic then.
Well, but if you were to be like, it's like fanfic, like I see your.
I mean, if they said it reads like a Clerks fanfic,
Bill, I can see it.
Negatively.
Okay. I concede, Bill, if what you meant when you said fanfic was not, you didn't mean it to be like negative.
Nah, it sucks.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant.
I mean, I had to. I had to do it. In other words, Twitter is blowing up in the Japan travel ban section, which is fun to watch. Not really.
Oh, what? Okay, oh, really?
It's okay, Nick. This is on me.
My excuse is there was 2 of them, but really that one person just murdered us.
Okay, alright, we got this. I believe in us. I think we got this.
I don't believe in us. I'm terrible at this game.
Jesus.
Well, then just believe in Paul.
Paul can't carry a team. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm being realistic here. Like, this isn't a game where you're good, but you're not at the point where it's like, whoa, my teammates are like a diva for me. Watch me wreck them anyway.
You fellas know the drill. Grenade incoming. Get it. Taking damage. Shifting up, I'm getting shot at. Drop this shit now.
What?
Reloading.
I'm under fire. They're here. Enemy. Enemy behind you. There you go. Kill him. Knockback shields is ammo? What?
You didn't see that.
Didn't see what?
Nothing.
I literally wasn't watching, so don't worry.
I mean, I'm staring at my own screen. I have yours on a second monitor, but like, I'm not watching that while I'm dying.
Good. Good. Let's keep it that way.
I mean, you're streaming.
I
like,
fell
we
off.
can go, we can go back.
I
and
fell
look at-
off the map. I fell off the map.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah. You got me all riled up. I'm like, I'm gonna show Nick. I'm gonna fucking 3v1 or 1v3 this team, and then I fell off the map.
Yeah, it's like you screaming, I'm gonna show you why I'm the legendary, oh fuck, I just died.
Pay attention. You might learn a thing or two.
The place between life
Okay.
and death is where I feel most alive.
You know what? An arena? Oh, I fucking... Okay. I think I should play Mirage, actually. Mirage is really good in arena.
Prepared and ready.
Cryptocurrency, more like cryptocurrency.
I'm coming for you, friend.
Oof.
Can't oof your own joke.
I was just repeating you.
Where are we going?
Wherever your heart desires.
Just point somewhere.
Just follow Crash RC.
I swear, they're charging the middle, dude. Oh no, thank god, they went to the side. I was about to say, like, this is not a time to Leroy Jenkins. You laugh, but I've been with you when that happened.
Yeah, I know. I too exist. Are they up here?
They're like...
Oh shit.
Reloading.
Where am I? I'm not with you, die with water.
We're up here.
I'm reaching this belly. landed a huge.
They're like hiding behind that crate. It's really funny.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Need to recharge my shields.
Yeah, but they have a Valkyrie, so wherever you think they are, just...
Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful.
Oh, right there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Say hello.
Oh, there's two behind it.
Patching myself up a bit.
The heal drone still? Ah, from our side. Our teammate's getting him.
Broken enemy's shield. I down the hostile.
Never. Oh, okay. We're okay.
Hostile troops. I need some help. Contact.
Enemy down. Reloading.
Oh, geez, you're also down.
Yeah, don't worry. Well, Pathfinders. Yeah!
Oh.
Good job. That was a weird... That was weird.
Someone
I don't know. They
flanked
kept
us.
hiding
They
behind
crashed
that...
on them. Yeah, there were two back there. The Valkyrie
know.
came around the side. Or
I know, but it
actually,
was like-
are they Valkyrie?
They have a Valkyrie, a Lifeline, and a Pathfinder.
Okay.
And the Lifeline, for some reason, was just hanging around down there. I'm not exactly sure what they were doing.
It's a waste of the heal drone. Alright, where are we going?
Round 2. You have your targets.
I'm gonna be going down the middle.
Okay.
Hostile spotted.
I don't see them over there.
Oh, I hear him. I hear him.
Scanning the area.
Okay.
Reloading.
Where?
Right up there. Ah, fuck. There's one on the roof and one on the ground. Oh, two on the roof.
I'm going up. I'm going up. I'm being rushed. I'm being rushed.
Wait, where?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, they're across. They're behind between the trees. Shoot.
There it is.
Oh my god, they flanked us. I'm being finished.
Oh, that was my bad. That was my bad. I'm sorry. That was my that one's on
Yeah,
me.
that sniper through the trees is what killed us.
Well, the Lifeline pulled up. Yeah, I mean, if Crash RC gets
Yeah, they came closer now. I'm just gonna crawl over here.
Wow. Sad. Sag. Alright. Alright. No worries. No worries. We got this.
I do some worries.
Good ref. Pierce, I don't want you in my band. I don't want your heart or your hand. I am my own person. I am my own person. Pierce, you're a bee.
Pierce, Pierce,
Pierce.
Pierce,
You're a bee.
Round 3. Remain vigilant.
You saying Pierce is in the name, Pierce the action, or Pierce Dining Hall?
Oh,
Pierce Dining Hall.
Pierce truly was
Already.
Reloading.
Pierce already under attack.
Oh, right there.
What was I saying?
Where are they at? Where's mother's at?
Care package.
Oh, I don't like being exposed like this.
Could turn the tide for them.
Oh jeez, they're all like up here.
What?
They're all like up here with me.
Okay, well, don't go too hard. Don't go too hard. I'm gonna grab
I'm
this.
trying hard. They're coming around at me. Oh no, I'm dying.
Oh God!
I'm down.
Jesus Christ!
They're coming around to fight
I'm
Crash.
coming. I'm sorry. I literally I'm not on the moment.
I went around. That's not your fault. Shit, it's almost midnight. This will probably be my last game.
No, we gotta win one.
Oh, that's not happening. You mean win a rounds? Or win a game?
Nick, believe in yourself.
I don't. I'm not for Apex.
You need to watch more Naruto.
It's
Oh my
Great.
god. Trash.
come back when there's a cyber equivalent of a demon in my PC that'll win matches. Like that's what Naruto told me. You're either born with crazy eye techniques, or you've got a demon in your gut to do awesome things.
Gurren Lagann.
Hey, what's Naruto?
Wait, you said Naruto.
What's
Yeah, but then
Naruto?
I'm changing it now so that it's more relatable. What about Gurren Lagann?
Am I gonna find a giant robot?
Find the giant robot inside yourself. Believe in the giant robot that is inside of you. And if you can't do that, believe in the me that believes there's a giant robot inside of you.
Oh jeez. Now like I saw something about like I've got like two things on my mind. The first is like Futurama coming back.
Yes, it's good.
Wait, what's Naruto?
I'm not falling for this again, Paul.
What do you
Well,
mean?
then
What
I
is
just
that?
said this is a weeb stream now. Alright?
But what is it? What is Naruto?
I mean, you are moving to Japan, so
Nick,
No, I'm not. They're never
I'm asking
opening.
a question.
We're
What?
ignoring you, because this is a weeb stream, and we ignore people who don't know what Naruto is. Isn't it obvious?
Well, no, because I don't know what Naruto is. Alright,
No,
Nick,
I'm
don't
not-
die. Nick, don't die.
shoot,
God damn it, Nick! Nick, what are you doing all the way over there? We're here.
nobody cast a "we're going this way" thing at the start, so I went my own way.
Oh, remember when we were talking about that montage of...
Shut the fuck up.
Put it in the montage?
Shut the fuck up.
Recharging my shield.
Bless me with sight.
Oh god.
Arcstar out. Arcstar out. Arcstar out. They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
I downed the host.
I'm down.
I'm glad to your side. Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. That
Damn.
was my. It's already midnight.
Okay,
I
I think I
I
should be finished too.
Okay.
But Nick, seriously, what is Naruto? What is it?
Stand to rise above the
No, not doing this. Bill, you're on the stream. You can deal with this. I fell for this once, like last year. I'm not going through this shit a second. Done.
I gotta say, Nick, that was a fun. I cherish that moment.
What, the Naruto one? Yeah, fuck you. That was not fun for me when I read, because I had forgotten you'd mentioned like Rock Lee or something earlier in the night.
It was really funny because I said Rock Lee and then jokingly was like, "Yeah, Naruto. I've never heard of it." You're like, "You've never heard of Naruto?" And I didn't know how to respond to that. I was like, no, I've never heard it. What is it?" I think Nick spent like 10 minutes explaining what Naruto was. I'm sorry, Nick. Nick, I'm sorry. It's good. It's good. I love you, okay?
Well,
Alright, I'm sorry.
I'm only gonna hold a grudge forever.
Oh, man. Good times. Alright, this was fun.
Alright, Phil,
And a bit-
remember what if Paul ever comes in strangling distance of me? I have to act on that.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to come on Saturday, so... do with that what you
Oh,
will.
he is coming over? Okay.
Well, he needs to get that sweet, sweet Mr. Raps.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That'll be your
that
last meal before Nick strangles you to death.
Yeah, it'll be a trigger word like in Marvel. Like you had like what is it? Bucky had like triggers or something to attack. You'll just randomly say Naruto while we're eating, and I'll just reach across and go berserk.
Yeah, but then I'll take off the weights that I've been holding on to my legs, and you'll never be able to catch me. You get it? Because that's a Rock Lee reference. He's from this anime comic.
You don't know this because you didn't room with him, but Nick actually has a sand demon inside a gourd, so...
Oh, does he? Oh, I see. I know what you're referencing. I see. I get it. That's good.
Garo.
I mean, it's not. It's pretty lazy, but...
I've watched that fight.
A good fight. They made it into a Mentos commercial. Hilarious.
Did they?
I mean, not Mentos, but the internet.
Oh, I see.
There's a great period of time where I watched a bunch of parody Mentos commercials where they used the song from like the '90s Mentos commercial and something like Rock Lee fighting Gaara, and like let me just show you. I bet I can find it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
All right, you have fun with that. I'm gonna hop off for now. Have a good night, guys.
Night. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna send it to you on Discord.
Alright, we'll watch this on stream. Alright. Okay.
Do you know these Mentos commercials?
No, what's the base joke?
So the original Mentos commercials where some guy would have like a minor problem and then he would eat a Mentos and then he'd find a solution. Okay. And so like one is there's a guy walking down like a New York street and his friends cross the street ahead of him and he gets cut off, and there's like a car that's parked in the walkway, and so he's like cut off from his friends and he pops a Mentos and then he's like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go through the back of this car. So he opens the back door and like scoots his way over and comes out the other side. And then he sees all his friends. And he's like, ah! And then they all go off and have whatever fun they were going to have.
Okay. All right. So I'm ready. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life. Mentos, the fresh maker.
That's pretty good.
There's a few of these. I don't remember what the other ones were though.
Mentos commercial.
Mentos parody commercial.
Well, I just want to see original fresh maker. Here it is.
The
guy opening a briefcase. Oh, he sat on a painted bench. Oh my god.
What's he do?
That's so stupid.
What?
So as a businessman, and he sits on a white. He has a black suit on, and he sits on a white painted bench, and he's like, oh my god, I've got paint lines, and then he's like eats a Mentos, and then he it makes no sense really, but he like rubs like his entire suit over the bench, and now his suit has like a checkered pattern on it. It makes no sense.
I've shared a new one, but I think we should look.
Yeah. Okay. Where?
In Ray Ayanami fan chat.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see why you post this here.
Are we counting down or just watch it?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
School's better in life, with mentors fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool, with mentors fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with mentors fresh, fresh goes better with mentors fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It's so stupid.
You know what's a really good folding ideas video?
Oh my god. Okay, here I'm sharing one. Yeah, go ahead.
The one where he's like, I keep watching Contagion, like just nonstop. I can't stop watching Contagion because of
Because of the pandemic. He's like,
Yeah.
there's something about this movie. I can't express why I'm obsessed with this movie. I
No,
just
it's
keep
not.
watching.
That's not at all how he presents it.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's not.
He's
That's
the
what
way he presents it is just like very matter of fact, like yeah, obviously, and then he just like sounds like he's depressed and on his couch.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and the visuals for it are him lying on his couch looking depressed as like he projects the movie onto himself.
Yep. Yep. I remember this. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. You got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Is this gonna be when he dies?
No, I think this is when he kills the White Walker that one time. Remember when like a really badass White Walker was fighting him?
Oh yeah. At the one battle with the yeah, I remember. This is not how the parody works.
Yeah, this is not.
This is bad.
This is a bad
This
one.
is bad.
Well, it's
this
Game of
is-
Thrones content, so of course it's bad.
Oh my god. It's fan fiction, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if we're gonna. I think we've got the best we can out of that.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was another one. Because I remember the Neon Genesis.
Let's try.
And I remember the Rock Lee. Anyway, it's not important. The idea is the same. You can just come up with an endless number of like,
Yeah,
remember that.
but the Game of Thrones one definitely didn't understand the format. Like,
No,
that
it could have
that
been done
bad.
well. It could have been.
That was, hey Arnold. I'm almost hesitant. To click this.
Oh my god. Paul, the Twitter world is exploding about this Japan travel ban thing.
What happened? I actually don't know.
Well, so the travel ban just still been in effect for 2 years.
Yep.
And everyone's like, you're dumb because you're dumb. This isn't helping anyone. You probably don't know, but Japan right now is doing like 100,000 cases a day of Omicron because the virus got in.
Yeah.
Because their travel ban is useless. Because it's not like nobody can leave and come back. It's like, no, if Japanese people want to go to New York, they can go to New York
And come back.
and just come back. And it's not even like, oh, only for business. Like, no, you can just be a tourist. It's fine. And it's like, okay, well, you're the point of your travel ban then is moot.
Yep.
And this is a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah. Yep.
And so there's a bunch of people who have been using Twitter to like, just endlessly spam the Japanese government and be like,
Jesus Christ.
open up already.
Yeah.
And organizing and making like protests around the world. And then apparently there was an article published.
That sounds like yeah. Go ahead.
There was an article published that was like some, I guess, I didn't read the article, but from context clues of the people responding, either the people are really racist against Indonesia or the article is about someone from Indonesia. Those are the two possibilities. Neither one looks great. But so this person these like Japanese people then like saw this article that's calling it cruel Japan, and there's like a hashtag that's cruel Japan, and it's like, oh, we're not cruel, stay away, virus. And the it like one of them was like, oh, cruel Japan, what about cruel Indonesia where they behead women or something? I'm like, what the
Jesus
fuck? What's
Christ.
happening? And so things are going real bad.
Yeah.
Damn. In terms of that, it's interesting.
Damn.
Because it is at a point where, like, anyone who's actually paying attention to the border stuff, like, you would realize, like, oh, it's a political bargaining chip. Like, he can, in the same way that, remember when Trump was like, I closed the border? It's like, okay, but what good did that do? Nothing. Did nothing. It's the same situation with the current ruling party, at least in my estimation, where they're just like, look, we keep the border closed, then we can at least say things are okay, and we're doing something, and we'll, win the election that's coming up in July.
Damn.
So
yeah, it's all super fucked. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Hopefully they open. So I mean, I don't know how good of a chance there is, but hopefully it does something. They do open, or you probably not.
What?
Hopefully all this stuff gains attention and they do open up the borders. Right.
Well, like they opened up in November after some elections in November, or in October, because, and that's what people thought they were going to do, but they had this insane requirement that like you need to get these stupid fucking you need something called a screening certificate that basically like details where you'll be for like quarantining and everything. And it just took so long to get those that nobody actually was able to get in before they decided to close down again for Omicron.
Mm-hmm.
And then they closed down for Omicron, and people were like, I guess that's understandable because the new variant, we don't know. But the issue is that like the Japanese government is really shitty, and instead of being like, this is what we need, they give like really vague, like, oh, like, we'll open once we have enough information. It's like, okay, well, what information are you waiting for? What's missing?
Right. To open up the borders more.
And like
be less restrictive.
They were like this before when it was like, well, can't you like give a number for this is how many vaccinations we're trying to reach before we open, or this is the number of cases? No, they don't give you any of these numbers. They just say it'll open. It's gonna be open.
Yeah. So I was just asking, like, do you think there's a good chance they will?
There's no chance of anything. You can't, like, none of it makes sense. They're not doing it based on like anything you can really figure out, because and like it's also frustrating because there's lots of people who want to be like, no, it's what they need to be in place to protect people, and it's like, fuck you. They opened up for the Olympics. I don't give a shit about anything getting reelected.
Yeah,
you don't want to, like, you're just buying their bullshit. Also, you're a fucking idiot who like you don't say this to them because you're trying to have a dialogue, but it's like, also you're an idiot because you're not doing any of like, you're not looking into whether this is an effective measure. And the fact of the matter is that like all the data and the fact that the country is exploding right now is like suggesting that this is useless.
And also, like, when you think about Omicron, it's not as right. It's like it's not as big of a deal as COVID, right? The original strain. So.
I'm still on the fence about that one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
to what extent that's true, but I've heard that.
My impression is that
That's my impression.
it's a much less deadly strain of COVID. I don't know if strain's the right word. Variant.
That's
much.
that's fine.
And it does it's like one of those things that viruses naturally do, is when they become more infectious. So it does become like more, like people do catch it more, but as a result, it sort of sheds off a lot of things that make it deadly. And so it becomes less deadly. But
yes, I've heard all of this. It's just that every time I hear it, people are like, we think this, but we're not 100% sure. So I'm like, sure. And there's the issue that you need to, the deadliness and the infectivity need to, like, I think you need to be a lot less deadly when you get more infectious, because if you have an exponential number of people getting infected, but you only like decrease the amount of deaths by something that's linear, then you still get so much more death because of how many more infections there are. Mm-hmm. So you need, like, it's not so. I think that's kind of where people are like not sure exactly how terrible it is. I think this is after it like became a pandemic. I think this is what people figured would happen, I guess. At least people smarter than us.
Yep.
Who, maybe not people smarter than us, but people who study epidemiology.
Well, oh Jesus! Yeah. I think they're smarter than us. But I what I like to do is I just ask like simple questions, and because I'm a simple man at the end of the day, and you know, sometimes the answers don't make sense to me, like what you're saying with like the Japan stuff. It's like, yeah, that doesn't.
Oh no, yeah. Japan, it's like purely political at this point.
Yeah,
it's like 100%.
It's like, why are you doing this? And then you say a bunch of stuff. Or Japan says a bunch of stuff, and you're like,
oh, there's 1,000 examples. So there's a tweet by one fucking guy from the Japanese government when an article is like, you should open up. Really, he's like, you're not thinking about it. Our airports are so small. What? What? Your airports are so small? That's what you,
dude, COVID.
That's what you came back with? Even if that's true,
they're
like,
tiny. There's an airplane for ants.
Like, your job as this guy in charge of like overseeing people coming back into Japan is to ostensibly make sure there's enough like space in your airports for people, I guess.
But like that wouldn't be like, that was asked in the context of a corona thing, because that doesn't even make sense in terms of that like that just means like that sounds like then it would be a problem no matter what time period it is.
So this guy, the way he says it, let's see. The issue is I'm working with a translation, so he got it in Japanese. So he says that this newspaper editorial is also irresponsible. If you insist on border mitigation from an economic point of view, it's necessary to strengthen the inspection system at the airport, but there is no mention of it. It sounds like a convenient claim if you not also insist on specific measures for the inspection isolation system at Japanese airports, where space is limited, unlike foreign countries, especially at that narrow Narita airport. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? This is not a valid excuse.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't quite follow that, but
he's just saying that, look, if we want to do this, you need to have inspection systems in place and isolation systems in place.
Okay.
But like the airport space is limited. What? No, this is your job to figure out. There's no excuse here. Like, there's enough space and there's enough hotels in Japan for you to subcontract. It's an insane.
Like, how strict is their inspection?
So right now standards. It's like, I think if you do like a 7-day,
like if it was like, here, show your like vaccine passport.
No,
I don't think that's like super restrictive. The point I'm trying to make is that doesn't sound like it's a huge load on any airport. to like add this little step in there. But if there's like more stuff, I don't know.
Well, the point is that it's their job to like do that. That's your job. That's what you exist for. You exist to do this. Otherwise, what the fuck's the point of you?
Mhm.
Like, it'd be really easy if everyone in the world could just say, "Oh, well, can't do my job, but you still gotta let me have it." But I don't do it. I don't do anything. like,
Right.
like this is your job as the what is he exactly? This is at least a large part of your job as the Secretary General, former self-defense.
Got it.
I guess it doesn't fall directly on him because he's just
So
a
why is he
member of the
commenting?
House of Counselors.
So why is he
But-
commenting?
What?
So why is he commenting?
Well, no, because he's like a congressperson.
Oh, all right.
But like
That doesn't mean he's in charge of that specific thing. But
right,
yeah.
but he's saying we're keeping the policy because you'd have to do these things. But it's like, well, if your congressperson told you, like, you can't buy milk anymore because
You can't use this toll road because the tolls there's not enough people at the toll booth. Okay, well,
hire more people, asshole.
well okay, sure.
like they're just coming up.
It almost seems like you don't want people to come to this toll road.
No, exactly. And so the issue is that a lot of people are now turning towards, oh, they're not letting people in because Japan is xenophobic. And now that's what's causing this kind of tension where
What
people
tension?
are now
This
getting
is-
on
this
screaming.
is-
screaming
Japan is famously isolationist.
I mean, true.
Famously.
But the Japanese people just get really mad now because it's like, oh, you're calling us racists or something. Oh, it's
I'm
our
not calling them
country.
racist. I'm calling them famously well-known isolationist country.
No. But I'm telling you
you're
what they're
trying to
saying.
explain. You're trying to explain why the Japanese people are
Like, oh, they're calling
upset
us
with that
cruel. They're calling us
characterization.
racist. And like,
I don't know
that's-
about cruel. I think that would be unfair, but like, not racist, but yeah. No, you're trying to explain it from the Japanese
Yeah.
Japanese country's perspective, right? Okay.
and a lot of it is, but a lot of those arguments suddenly go out the window once you're like, yeah, but like Japanese people are traveling for leisure, so kind of like, no, this is a ridiculous double standard, and that's the real issue here.
Yep. I get that.
And the real issue with the double standard is it's like, not only is it like you're a hypocrite, but also it's like your own actions are undermining what you're saying your policy is. Like, you're like, our policy is to keep COVID out by disallowing travel. It's like, well, no, because you allow some travel and you can't allow any travel if you want it to work.
Yeah, this has been the problem through the whole pandemic, right? It's like officials saying like, here's all the things we need to do. We're going to make happen. Like, we're going to necessarily have to restrict your freedoms, right? To make this happen, but not for me.
Yeah.
Not for, I'm out on a fucking cruise boat. I'm living it up.
Well, if it was a private boat, it'd be okay, actually.
I just mean like, the masks and like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just, we're talking about double standards, right? So like, this is like people, as you point out, people like it undermines, right, what you're trying to do when you get caught out like that. And so that, yeah, I just feel like the trust has eroded to an insane degree. And
Oh, all governments suck
I don't
ass.
even
They're
know
all
what to
terrible
do
now.
anymore.
I don't know.
And like the problem is I start asking these simple questions and I get concerned that like I'm not getting straightforward answers.
Like, what simple question?
So like, here's a simple question.
Wait, before we
really-
move on, quickly. Speaking of that, in many interviews, with like officials in Japan, they'll be like, "What? So why do we have the border measures still? If the virus is already here, it's not keeping it out anymore." And then the next sentence will invariably be, "They did not answer this question." Like, they just ignore it, I guess. I don't know.
That's good.
Anyway, as you were saying,
yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm being mindful of the time, but yeah, I'll just say so. Like one thing that comes to mind is like at this point in February of 2022, right?
Mhm.
Is there really a bunch of people, like the people who are unvaccinated?
Your mom. It's not an urban diss, just a fact.
Yes, it's a fact. Okay. The people who are unvaccinated. Are there actually people out there, like a lot of people who are not vaccinated, who would reasonably be vaccinated with like a little push? So here's another way to put this. Is there anyone out there who wants to be vaccinated who's not vaccinated?
Probably not in the U.S., but in other countries, yes.
Sure. So when I would like to focus on the U.S. Yeah. In my thought, the answer to this question is yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess at this point, if you are not vaccinated, you didn't want to be vaccinated, and you are frankly not going to get vaccinated. No, like it would take an incredible amount of pressure for you to get vaccinated.
There's people who aren't getting vaccinated even after they like watch their relative die.
Yes. So the answer to that question is like probably not. Okay. So then the follow-up is okay, so everyone who's vaccinated is already vaccinated. Like, and the people who are not going to be people who are not vaccinated are never going to get vaccinated. Like, unless you do some like crazy shit that's going to be super controversial to like get them to get vaccinated.
Yeah, we just go down to Little Italy.
So
what on their apartments, and we just start jabbing them with the needles.
Okay, so we can go down that road, but we can also go down. But then the other question. Okay, so like what are any lockdowns doing at this point?
I mean, is there anywhere in the U.S. that has lockdowns? I'm not even sure anymore.
Or like any restrictions.
Mask mandates in New Jersey,
like vaccine mandates to enter restaurants or something like that, right? Or to work at a place, like a vaccine mandate.
Ostensibly, vaccine mandates to work at a place are the best pressure you can put on someone, right? It's like, well, okay, I'm worried that the vaccine might kill me, but I will starve to death if I don't find a place to work. So,
okay. Well, we've had this in for a while now. I think all those people have made their decision at this point, right? We've had the vaccine mandates so. At this point, what is it doing, right? Because the people who have already been vaccinated, the people who are already going to get vaccinated have been vaccinated. We're not gonna the amount of pressure we'd have to put to get like 1% more people vaccinated would be like it's just a losing battle is my point. And my concern is that there are people who want to take it like even further, and the swing around that's gonna hit in the 2024, like people don't want to think about it, but like this shit, if you go too far with this, like this is gonna fucking swing around real hard.
It's too late. I'm sorry. I've already like come to peace with midterm elections are gonna go to the Republicans, and then probably if Kamala Harris or Joe Biden are anywhere near that Democratic ticket, it's going to go to the Republicans. I'm really pretty sure of that.
Okay.
I don't know. I would say the place it does make sense to me to keep that requirement, those vaccine requirements, is definitely in care homes and in like hospitals where it's like this is important. Sorry, people are like freaking out because they're like, all these nurses are getting are like they're not getting the vaccine and something, so we're losing nurses. And it's like, okay, but why are those people nurses if they don't like
Right.
believe in
I
vaccines?
understand. Yeah.
And two, they are like at the greatest risk for getting it and transmitting it. It seems bad to have an unvaccinated hospital staff.
Yeah. Well, at this point, because of all the mandates and stuff, like that has already. I would assume those people have already been weeded out, right? They
No, but that's my
left the-
point, is that if you get rid of the mandate, right, they can just come back. They don't have to stop, right? They're like, oh, the mandate's not there. I'm just going to go back to work.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Well, but that's why I asked the question to begin. It's like who? I guess you're saying because there could be complications from if
No. What I'm saying right now, what I'm putting forward is, okay, so you had those mandates in place
oh
of people
okay,
got
sorry.
fired.
Mm-hmm.
If you remove the mandates completely, then presumably everyone who can will try to go back to work in whatever field they were working in. So even a nurse who left their job because they didn't want to get vaccinated will try to go to be a nurse maybe somewhere else. Right?
Okay. And your problem is that those people shouldn't have been nurses to begin with.
They probably should not go back into nursing.
Okay.
Nursing also has, and this is affecting a lot of hospitals. You can make a ton of money as a nurse right now, at least relative to what you make in the other situation, by being a traveling nurse instead of
Yep.
being just sticking with one hospital, being
Sure.
hired by one hospital. It's like, I think it's the difference between like $20 and $30 per hour, which is like, that's
Nice.
huge,
Yeah,
right?
that's a whole salary's worth. Yeah.
Or maybe it's like 25 or something, but it's
Well,
a big difference.
$25 an hour. That's like, yeah, that's a full salary
It's like a
by
$5 to
itself.
$10 increase
Oh, okay.
by switching to being.
Oh,
a
you weren't
nurse.
saying a $25 increase. You were saying a $5 increase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I completely misunderstood you. I was like, holy shit, that's like crazy.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
Well, that would be a good like $10,000 then, if you like a couple thousand $1,000 increase.
But so they make more money basically being traveling nurses. But
Sure.
so a bunch of them just left their job in hospitals to become traveling nurses and make more money. But it put a lot of strain on hospitals, and my brother works in a hospital, right? And I don't remember if it was exactly. It's not just nurses; it's a lot of different medical professionals. There were some people that like left their place to make more money, and one of the directors like he sees this as a huge betrayal, right? Because right now the ship is sinking, and these people just like jumped ship immediately to save themselves instead of helping to bail.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like,
Yep.
What are you doing? I don't know why. Obviously, from a worker's perspective, you could say, well, why don't you just pay your nurses more? But I don't know the details of why they can or can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I see your point. But if it was like, I don't know, like a bakery, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I do find it frustrating how many people are like upset by masks.
Yep. No, I find that shit really frustrating too, because it's like, dude, this is like the least. This is like the least. Yeah, no, I agree. This is like the least, and I just have no compelling I have found no compelling because the vaccine every once in a while they have some sort of thing that's like a little harder to like. You have to like figure out a little more, but like the mask stuff, like there's no
mask.
It's a fucking mask. It's like
No
it's annoying.
it.
It's annoying. That's really all you can say. It's like it's annoying. It's a little shitty if when you are like vaccinated and people are like you need to put the mask on. It's a little annoying, but like in terms of like health issues, like no, it's like you're fine. There's no argument. So yeah, it is a little annoying. I always found those arguments to be really stupid. But again, there's a larger context where so you've already given up on this probably, but I don't know. I like
Giving up on what?
on the idea that like, well, look, like there's if you push much harder on this, like things like this, there's tangible effects when like people, go back to vote, like this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you gotta weigh it. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but like you gotta weigh like there's like a practical implication to like trying to go down this route that's like not gonna end well. I'm sorry. It's just that, but in some sense, you're saying like it's already too late. Like this, it's already like they're already gonna be Republican. This is gonna be a massive Republican swing, right?
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. But that's mostly I don't know if that has much to do with like the Republicans, or I think that just has mostly to do with the fact that Democrats are pretty incompetent. I mean, Joe likes to say they're not, but I don't.
Should have Joe here.
Joe likes to keep saying, well, Joe Manchin is just being a fucker, and there's not much they can do because they only have this many seats.
Okay.
And like, there's a frustrating part, right? Because it's like the Democrats on some level want to act in good faith because they're trying to at least pretend that they're like decent people, and some of them are, and some of them aren't. America's not sending their best people to be politicians. They're sending criminals and rapists. It's true.
I gotta turn off the stream. Okay, just give me.
Well, that was a Trump reference.
No, I know. That was
very good Trump.
I was
reference.
doing it a bit. No, I understood. I understood.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you did because
No, I did.
maybe I wouldn't blame you if you tried to expunge everything that happened in those 4 years from your mind.
Trust me, brother. I could if I would.
I
didn't give a shit about politics, and I suddenly had to. Fuck that.
Well, that's the problem.
Okay.
Presumably, one of the reasons that we get the rise of Trumpism is when we stop caring about politics.
I suppose I could hear that. I suppose that's
true.
That is true. Now, but there's a secondary part. I think that's true, but there's also a secondary part where it's like people forget like what normal people, like what affects normal people. I don't think normal people know who Joe Manchin is or care. What normal people care about is like, I don't want a fucking vaccine. And then like they see all this shit that's like, they're like, I'm not gonna do it. And then everywhere around them, they see like their people are like, just do it. You're a bad person if you don't do it. And then like that's what people say. They don't care. Then the people don't know who Joe Manchin is. It's like, so Joe can yell all he wants about Joe Manchin. Like that's not what gets people to vote.
You don't know who Joe Manchin is.
It's not okay. We can talk about me. All right, I'm talking generally. I'm not quite sure who Joe Manchin is. No,
I think a lot of people know who Joe Manchin is. Joe Manchin is right now holding up every Democratic bill in the Senate because he's like, just like, I don't deficit. I don't want to spend more money. And he also doesn't want to get rid of the filibuster, and he doesn't want to change anything at all. And as a result, because basically the Democrats need all 50 people who they have, or all 51 or however many seats they have, they need to vote as a complete and total block. And anyone breaking from that block just makes it so that they won't pass anything.
Yeah. Now, Bill, you're a smart person. I'm supposedly a smart person. So like when you use terms like filibuster and like the deficit and all this, like this, we're able to have a conversation. I don't think normal people care. Like
I think a lot of people do, but I don't
about the
think
deficit. No.
Yes. No, that's a huge talking point on like Fox News. Anytime the deficit is used as a weapon politically, because if when your party's in, you say, "Oh, I don't give a shit. Just spend. Ooh, yeah, we're passing our policies." But when the enemy's in, when the Democrats are into the Republicans, they'll say, "Oh, where's all this money coming from? Oh, we can't increase the deficit. We can't do it. Oh God." It's a huge talking point.
Okay, maybe the deficit as like a bludgeoning,
like no one understands it.
Yeah,
no one
that's
really
that's
cares.
sort of my point.
But no, but that's the point. The whole thing is like a rhetorical tool, and that's what
Yep.
Joe Manchin is doing. He's using that rhetorical tool to say, "I don't want to pass this because of the deficit," which basically just puts him in line with the Republican Party for that, right? Because that's what the Republican Party would say when it's like, "Oh, we want to do this infrastructure bill." It's like, "Oh, well, where all the money come from?" But like, when the Republicans want to pass something, they don't really ask where will the money come from. They just say we're going to pass this.
Got it.
And then it's kind of the Democrats' job to litigate why.
Got it.
So the thing is, there's a lot of rhetorical tools used by the Republicans and
the Democrats, but
and the Democrats, yes. But we're talking right now about the out-of-party people. That
out-of-party people. Okay.
The out of power people, not party.
Sorry.
That like do not. They're bad faith arguments, of course, right? You remember the Supreme Court thing, right? I was just reminded of this, and I was so pissed.
I don't. What?
So Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Okay, so at the end of Obama.
Okay, Bill. I hate to the time. I just.
Okay, the point is that at the end of Obama's presidency, there was a Supreme Court vacancy, and he was going to fill it. And
okay.
We're like, no, you're fucking not.
No. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
and the same thing happens with Trump, and they're like, oh, we're gonna fill it real fast.
Yeah.
And like, what should have happened probably is the Democrats should have been like, no, you're not. You're not allowed to. We will completely refuse, and like just do everything in their power to deny it. But they just didn't. Like literally, at that point, someone should have beaten Mitch McConnell with a cane, a la the caning of Charles Sumner right before the Civil War. Like that's kind of where we're approaching. Because what you're saying, in some sense, by being like, "Oh, you're pushing people too much," there is a strong argument to be made that the Republicans are doing most of the pushing and the Democrats are taking it, and that's what's leading to a lot of this slide. Because what can happen is corporatist Democrats, it doesn't matter that much to them if they're making money. So I have a very negative view of it, as you can tell. But so anyway, they're like willing to let it slide so long as like certain status quos are maintained. But like they are a little too weak, and they should be stronger in the face of such bullshit as like, we're just not going to confirm a judge because it's an election year. But when it's our turn, we're definitely going to confirm a judge.
Sure.
So
yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot to process.
Like it also goes back to Obama, because Obama should have said,
"Damn."
And
thanks.
I'm going to put a judge in. If you're not letting me, you're violating the Constitution by like just shutting this down for no fucking reason. I'm going to absolutely like,
people like who's that senator? That was like at the time of the Obama thing. He was like I promise you, he's a Republican. He's like, I promise that when it's like your turn, we won't like I won't interfere. And then when
It's like Lindsey Graham or somewhere.
Lindsey Graham, yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I think it was Lindsey Graham. And then like it was like unbelievable. Like he came back and he was like,
Oh,
yeah, no, like
these
I
people,
like
like-
I didn't like. He was like, no, like I lied. He was basically like, I lied, and it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to be a politician.
you shouldn't be allowed to be alive.
Like you're just bad at playing this game.
Bad
Like
enough.
you're just like the fact that you even got away with that is like something wrong. Like you shouldn't be. Like you're just bad at playing the game. Like
But that's the problem, because there's so many people that are like,
Yep.
no, it's good that he did it because it was good for my side, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yourself.
So anyway, I understand all this. We're gonna get lost in the sauce if we keep.
Anyway,
My
key point,
yeah.
my key, like after the Japan thing, after all this shit in America, is politicians, and there's always a tension here. There's like a philosophical tension that's like, you need to be reelected to keep doing your job, but sometimes you also need to make like a hard decision. So like, for example, with like the Japanese thing, there's good arguments that are like, this is hurting Japan in the long run, that people say, right? So there's good arguments for saying you should open it, but you might risk losing the election because maybe people in Japan are like, no, I like the border controls. So if you this one's a little too gray, because it's like, I don't know if opening the border is really in the best interest, whatever. But if you have a decision like that, sometimes they worry too much, or I think we've gotten to a point where they almost always worry too much about getting their re-election. Because
Yep.
and I
not-
think
they're not
that's bad.
interested
You need to
in,
be
like-
able to be, the strict parent that is not looking to be liked so much as is to, do what's best for the people under them.
Yeah.
And I think we've kind of moved away from that.
We have, but the problem is that it's not just about us like taking on a role, or the government taking on a role of like a strict parent. It's that like the government gets caught in a lie, and that erodes trust, right?
Yeah, but that's part of it, right? I think that's all part of it.
Yeah, but it's hard to trust a parent when you realize your parents are like lying to you, right? So it's like,
but right now our parents just like a weird alcoholic that's stealing all our money to go gamble. Right? That's what they really are right now. It's not like, oh, they tried to tell us about Santa and we found out Santa wasn't real. It's like, no, they're taking your college fund and they're using it to gamble.
yeah. It's a pretty dire. Yeah, I mean, I gotta think about it. I've been trying not to be so dire about it, but yeah, I mean,
But no, it's very bad. It's exceedingly bad.
it's not good. It's not good. Anyway,
And-
so I can clarify what I meant earlier. I don't think I meant as to your point, like people don't. When I say people don't care about the deficit, I don't mean they care about it in that like, here's a thing that I can use to try to dunk on the other side. But people don't like care. People don't approach it like, okay, what is the deficit? Like, what? Let's figure out what it is. It's only useful to people, most normal people, as like they're not actually interested in learning what the deficit is. Like, what is it? Like, how does it work? How do we fix it? Like, they're only interested in using it as like a weapon, right? Against like an argumentation weapon, right? So like, so what I'm trying to say is that like it might already be too late, but there's some opportunity to see where people are like having it's not gonna be fully formed. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm I'm trying to get to the bottom of like what could get someone to like what can get someone to like change their political stance on stuff. Um, I don't really have the answer, but like, um,
It's
it's
complicated.
very complicated. Yes, but
So like
I
I think I told you about that podcast about like changing anti-vaxxers
yeah.
and how they had to get like former CDC head and the chief of
Mhm.
staff, all these really big name people, and like the final thing was like Chris Christie.
Yeah.
I, I don't know. There's lots of theories, right?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, I'm not actually talking about um like the extreme people. Like it's gonna be impossible. But like, there's a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of people in the middle who like I said, they don't really care about the deficit. They like they care about like what's happening on a day to day level that's affecting them. Um. Okay, you know what? This is not fully. I'm gonna stay up all night. I don't really have fully formed thoughts on this. So
I think I get where you're going,
um.
right? Because I think like when we were talking to Joe about something where it's like everyone will say like, yeah, I value the lives of children. I value children and their lives. I don't want children to suffer. And then if you start to list off like, oh, you do, okay, good. So that means you'll support,
Mhm.
XYZ programs, then people
Mhm.
start being like, oh, I don't know. And it's like, well, okay, well, so in what capacity do you like stick to that
Mhm.
belief?
They probably mean what they think is good for their specific child. Like, yeah.
Because the point is that they have like a whole view of what it means, what children need, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I value the lives of children. It's like, oh, so then you support like free lunches given to them at school because there's so many children that you have these ridiculous lunch debts. It's like, no,
Yeah.
hold on, wait a second, that's a handout, and you're like, hold on, they're children, they
Yeah.
don't get to
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah.
Well, then their parents should, but their parents
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
It's frustrating too because sometimes it's like the logic is so like straightforward. Um, but like and a lot of the COVID stuff is like the logic is so straightforward, but people just refuse to take that jump, and it's like, it's like it's just not gonna. It's just a losing battle. You're gonna end up harming your own. You're gonna push too far, and then it's like it's not gonna be good. Anyway,
Uh,
I gotta go to bed. Sorry, what you have a? I'm sorry. Did I say something? I take it back. I take it back. I didn't mean to.
I just don't know exactly. I only
We're
have
talking
a
about the
vague
vaccine mandates.
sense.
The vaccine mandates.
Okay, that's
That's
what
my
you mean by push too
yeah,
far in
yeah,
particular.
yeah.
Because you can push too far all over the place, right? Right. If you said probably something that would be too far in like a different realm would be like in the next 5 years everyone has to like trade in their gas car and get an electrical car,
Yep.
blah 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 blah. And like even if you offered like proper constant compensation, so it's like we'll give you the Kelly Blue Book value for your car to buy your electric car,
Mm-hmm.
people would obviously be like, "This is absurd. I don't want to do this."
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ignoring the fact that actually that's a very bad policy and more wasteful than
Yep.
because you have to manufacture all those electric cars and that's costly.
All
Anyway,
right. That's good. I'm glad I was able to stop this before I talked to like 3 a.m. I appreciate you allowing me to do that.
I took a melatonin like an hour ago, so I wasn't going to make it.
Good. All right. I didn't know you're taking melatonin. Okay.
Well, because I've been staying up too late, so
Oh.
I'm just adjusting so that I can be up tomorrow to get the train.
All right. Cool. Oh yeah, you're heading out tomorrow. Okay. All right. Night. Bye. Take care. we're just going with just one clip.
Thank you. Could I do like an iced vanilla latte? Thank you. Can I have a coffee with vanilla and milk, please? And yours is regular milk? Yes. Okay. Thank you. How was your little break? It was like fine. But you finally had time to like hang out and just like be normal for like 5 seconds. For like once in yeah, for like 2 seconds, but like it still counts, you know.
Charlie taking time off was probably the best thing that she could do, and asking for what she needs is really good because people don't understand that social media takes the biggest toll.
How old is this person? Who? This is the therapist? How old is this person? I'm gonna be like, how do I say this without being inflammatory? Maybe there's no way, but this person, I don't like. Is this person like? All right, we'll see what she says.
On your mental health ever. It's not like a regular job, and it really is a blessing, but not to your brain.
I had to go to like a therapy appointment yesterday. With what? A therapy appointment. So I got on the call.
Oh, she's not the therapist. Okay, good. Oh, I mean, not good. It's fine. She can be a therapist. There's no issue. I thought she was the
Toll on your mental health ever.
So maybe this is just her friend.
It's not like a regular job, and it really is a blessing, but not to your brain.
I had to go to like a therapy appointment yesterday. With what? A therapy appointment. So I got on the call. Oh god. And we started talking about like whatever, like my emotions and stuff. And then he drops this thing. Yeah, my daughter's a huge fan of you. I was like, now how am I supposed to tell you like how?
Oh.
How awkward. Because then I was just like,
bro.
okay. It was like, yeah, you might be like struggling, but you make my daughter really happy. And I'm like, I'm all fixed.
Bro.
Thank you.
Bro.
Like, what do you say to that?
If I were to have a therapist right now, it'd be important for them to bring up what I do. I think it's weird to bring up that I shouldn't be upset because your daughter's a fan and she should make me happy and I'm not
did he
allowed
say
to be
that?
upset. I appreciate your daughter. I really do. But she's not going to help a chemical imbalance in my brain. Sorry.
This is iconic. This clip is iconic. But wait, did the therapist? I mean,
a therapy appointment. So I got on the call. Oh god. Okay. And we started talking about like whatever, like my emotions and stuff. And then he drops this thing. Yeah, my daughter's a huge fan of you. I was like, now how am I supposed to tell you like how?
Okay, so to be fair, I don't know if she says he didn't, it doesn't seem like he directly said you shouldn't be sad because my daughter's a fan of you. I don't think she's saying he directly said that. However, having said that, that seems like a yikes. Having the role of a therapist to be like, yeah, my daughter's a fan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a therapist, but yeah, that would make me super uncomfortable. I couldn't understand why. Oh, that's good. That's good shit. I'm glad I clicked on that clip. That was good. All right. I should head to bed. All right. I love you all. I wish you the best. And I hope you have a great night. Bye.